Okay. Oh, actually, before we begin, I should link this in my Discord. One second, please. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. Wait. Edit. Is that good? Where's the... Okay, there we go. All right, we're good. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna move the chat here for now. I haven't streamed in a while. I just felt like it was a good time to do it. I would like to stream more. I feel like I say that all the time. But maybe I actually mean it. But I do want to mix in like Twitch streams. Or just like playing games. Because most of the time I come here, I'm just talking to you guys. Which is fine. I like doing that. In fact, I think more people like that than me playing games. But, you know, it's a good way to, you know, hang out and also, you know, finish the backlog. I got things I want to play and I just don't have the time to do them. So doing a little stream would help. Yeah, well, it's been a little bit. I don't even remember the last time I streamed. It was when I was packing up, which was at least a month ago at this point. What's up, Waddle D? How you doing? This is probably not going to be super long. Why the sudden change to move to the west? I didn't move to the west. I moved, like, I'm still in the same state. I just moved from an apartment back here, which I lived here before, and now I'm going to look for another apartment in the future. The near future, which means I gotta find something soon. But we'll worry about that in 2026. Oh. Why the sudden change? Well, it's not only being... Is that what my title implies? Let me... What did I write for my title? I just said Coming to America. Yeah, they're putting a whole Wonder Festival event here in Georgia, but the one in Japan's still going on. The one in Shanghai still going on. They're just doing it more. And I think this is very exciting. I think this is awesome. But we'll wait a minute. We'll wait for some more people to come in. This is like a random out-of-nowhere stream, so I don't know how many people are going to show up. But I might as well wait a couple minutes before we start talking about some stuff. So we just chat about basics, you know, for now. What, all that good stuff. Any announcements? Well, like figure announcements? I have some stuff to talk about with myself. Which I think is cool. Nothing bad this time. Hold on. There hasn't really been a figure event since Mega Hobby, which was a month or two ago. And I don't know when the next one is. Frankly, I'm not like dying to like, you know, see another one like right away. Because we get a lot of figures. There's still cool stuff coming up for pre-order like all the time. But yeah, this one will be, I don't know what day. Oh, May. It's right there. May 24th, 24. It seems like they're promising like a lot of companies are going to come here. And also this is going to be a garage kit, event as well, which is kind of what One Festival is, but it like started as that, I'm pretty sure, and then all these companies came together to promote their stuff as well. It's basically like two sides. Like you could follow One Fest and just totally ignore what you're not into, but there's a whole other world out there at these events, and it's kind of crazy. Hey, Steven. But yeah, they chose MomoCon. Of all the events, they chose MomoCon. Now, MomoCon's a good con, but it is like slightly surprising just because it's not like Anime Expo or, well, I guess MomoCon is probably bigger than Anime NYC. They are trying to make Anime NYC bigger like every year. As someone who lives on the East Coast, I feel like I don't even care that they didn't choose that one. I think MomoCon is cooler, but I guess it would have been more convenient if I wanted to go. Isn't there already a GK Fest in US called Wonderfest? Maybe. I don't see. That's the thing. I don't know a lot about garage kits. When I did type in Wonder Festival US, another event did pop up. So you're probably right. I mean, Anime Expo is the one to have. That is the biggest by far. All the other anime cons kind of pale. But this is making this one kind of cool. I actually want to go to this. I don't know if I can. It's in the middle of next year. Tickets are like $80 right now and gonna get to $90 by the end of the year, I believe. And then you gotta fly, and then you gotta get a hotel, and But as somebody who likes to cover One Fest, I feel like this is something I should do and go to. So it's in the back of my mind. I do feel like this is an event. Like if I were to go anywhere, this is like the one to go to. I always have wanted to go to Anime Expo, but I think I would rather go to this and then just like walk around One Fest and talk about it. That just sounds fun. And it just is very fitting for my channel. Is this West versus East Coast on anime cons? I mean, West Coast clears. Like, West Coast has so much more shit than the East Coast as far as, like, anime stuff. At least good anime stuff. So, yeah, I wouldn't even call it, like, a competition. But, yeah, tax is set. Okay, so this is the, $87, $5 for the processing. It's $90 for 4 days, which really isn't that bad. I mean, it's a lot, but, What I don't like is when one day is, like, why? Like, why is one day 80 if 4 days is 90? You know what I mean? I feel like it's a little absurd. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. I don't think they should do it that way. But, like, every con does that. I think they just want to sell, like, as much as they can for, like, the multi-day pass. But once the multi-day pass goes, then it's so... Like, I'm so incentivized to go on a single day because it's going to cost me so much just to go for the one day. Like, I was going to go to Anime NYC, and it was like $70 for, like, a Saturday pass. And I wasn't even, like, impressed at, like, the things that were going on there. There was, like, 1 or 2 cool events or panels. But, like, I don't know, $70 plus, like, the money to get into New York, which is always a lot of money as well. Train, or if you drive there yourself, you're paying like crazy, just the tolls and whatnot, which I don't want to do. Who wants to do that? I think One Fest is probably just like they don't want to deal with Anime Expo just because it's already so big, and you need a lot of space for One Fest. I think. If they're gonna have like a whole exhibition of companies as well as like individuals coming in and having their stuff on display, like imagine putting that into everything else going on with Anime Expo. And they probably just wanted a ton of money. They probably thought about going to Anime Expo first, but to get like that amount of floor space must be insanely expensive. And I don't know how much Wonder Festival makes for these events. I thought it was like a free thing. You just go in and like if in Japan, you just go there, or if it is a fee, it's likely cheap. So I don't know. I just feel like it didn't work out. They probably did want to go to the biggest one, but they chose another very big one. Not the, the mid coast, the fucking mid coast, the Midwest. That it gets a cool event now. But yeah, if I go to this, I don't know if I would go to Anime Expo. But then again, I don't know if I'm going to Anime Expo this year anyway. I keep saying I want to, and then a thing happens. And it's like, the fact that it's in the summer for this like coming year specifically might be difficult for me. But yeah, I am going to try to go to MomoCon. So hey, if you go, you can meet me. If you want to, if you think I'm even anybody you want to meet. But it'd be fun. I think it'd be a good time. Anyway, I'm sure because of the title, we'll keep talking about this as the stream goes on. This stream is probably only going to be like 2-3 hours long at most. Not trying to do too much here. I just wanted to say hi to you guys. It's been a while since I streamed, and I want to do more. Anime Expo has similar prices. Yeah, I mean, they're all expensive now. I do miss the days of like 50 to 60 bucks for the weekend pass. Only 3? It's just because I'm talking the whole time. I'm not playing any games. I'm applying as an artist for MomoCon. Oh, that'd be cool. Good luck. I don't know how that works, so I hope you get in. I guess we could like look at some anime figures while I delay my other thing I want to talk about. If I delay that, because that's like the only other thing I have to talk about, so I don't want this stream to be too short. So I got to figure something out. But because I haven't been doing pre-order roundups, I haven't really been like laser focused on everything that's going up for pre-order. Because, it's just a little... It's better for the soul if you're not trying to like constantly buy stuff, if you're not constantly looking at it. And that's been effective for me for sure. I do, I see them on Twitter all the time, but there might be some cool stuff that slips through the cracks. I don't know. Maybe I should get back into that. I'm not sure. I know Teto got her Nendos up. Is this not working? Oh, there we go. It was like the 2.0 and the synthesizer one. Teto getting a lot of love. I'm looking at anime figures I can't buy while in a financial crisis. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if only they were a little bit cheaper, that'd be easier to keep collecting. I'm pretty afraid of the tariffs I'm going to have to pay for Marine, who's supposed to be coming out in this month. I kind of hope if she's not out soon that she gets delayed until January. And someone's going to hate me for saying that. Or the very end of December. But there's just like this period in December where I'm not going to be able to like pick it up from the post office, and neither are like my parents who live kind of close. And I don't want to have to deal with trying to track that down while I'm not around, That'd be the very one, Magnitude. The very one. The Riznendo or Rize? Yeah. I wonder if that's updated here. It does look good. Oh yeah, it did get updated. Her true form. I wish her mouth opened. That would be fun. But it is like a locked jaw. It is very cute though. She is not really getting any figures. There's like one from S-Fire. And it looks average. Honestly, I think this is better than what S-Fire is doing. At least it has a little bit more personality. And you get both of the versions of her. And it's a nice sculpt, And I think considering the like warhead head, the nuke, like 76 down to 50 for the conversion, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. At least I think so. Though she really doesn't have accessories outside of the flower, so maybe I'll take that back a little bit. And maybe make it 7 flat, and that'd be better. But there's probably like a website that sells this for a little bit cheaper. But it is a bunch of body like swapping too, like the arms and the, I guess that would be considered a dress, right? The dynamite. Was Ami Ami covering the tariffs? I think, like, very early on before they knew what they were doing. But now I think they're baking it into the price with ECMS. So, I haven't bought from them in a while, not because I don't want to, but I only had stuff pre-ordered for December. So whenever December comes around, I'll be paying some extra fee and crying about it because I don't want to pay that. But at least it'll be like Japan tariff and not China tariff, which I'm dealing with at the Good Smile Company store. That's the brutal one because it was 30. Apparently it might lower to 20 due to the presidents meeting up and talking, but it's so confusing. I honestly, until something actually changes, I'm kind of tired of just looking at it. Like, I see it, and like they said, oh, things are happening. Oh, things are getting cheaper. When it actually happens, I'll be happy. But, you know, things change so fast, I'm not even going to bother anymore. This is 26,000 yen. There's a lot of seam lines in this guy. I think it's a cool idea. Both the Mega Charizards. Though the base looks better than the Charizards themselves. In my opinion, I think the Flames look ace. But it's just like, why do you need... Like, is this supposed to be, like, a different type of material? Like, on actual Charizard, is this, like, spike? A spike? Or is it just, like, part of his wing that's jutting up? But it's the same color. You know? Like, Lucario has a silver spike, so that would make sense that it's, like, protruding out that way. I don't know it. I don't remember what he looks like. I think it is actually supposed to be a normal spike, so I'll take that away. But, like, around all the arms and legs, there's just, like, weird seam lines that might be swivel points. Maybe you could, like, swivel the legs around if you want. I don't know. Ace. Like Luffy's bro. Yeah, that's cool. Even gets, like, translucent at the end of the flames. That's cool. And it's, like, blue into orange. I didn't know it did that. It's, like, only that one piece. That's neat. I think they did a good job there. It's just kind of small. I remember that figure being kind of small, which is a bummer. I do like that they actually have started to lower the prices on these bunnies. Because originally, when Power went up, she was like 44,000. And I think that was just the Chainsaw Man tax. They were trying to get as much as they could for it. But I don't know. I don't think it was because that figure didn't sell well. I think it did sell well. But I think the industry has just shifted away from bunnies a little bit. And Freeing now has to play catch up. And I don't think they can get away with the pricing that they've been doing for a very long time. I'm not really a One Piece guy, though. I like One Piece, but I haven't kept up with it in a while. I read, or no, I watched up into the Dressrosa arc, and then I was in the middle of it. I don't know if it was airing at the time. I don't think it was, but it's just a lot. I don't have the time for it right now. I do think One Piece is cool, though. Supreme Court is debating the legality of the current tariffs right now. Not holding my breath, though. Yeah, I mean, even if it does, you know, get considered illegal and they put an end to it, it'll probably take a while for it to be, like, set in motion, the new, you know, like, or reverting back to how it used to be. And even if it does revert, the problem is there's the whole big, beautiful bill thing where tucked away was the de minimis going away in the, it was like June or July 2027. And that's still there. So there will be like a momentary relief, but then it'll just come back. I think the only way for like the average Joe to really deal with this shit is if the de minimis is reinstated. So every time we want to buy something, you know, reasonably priced and not over $800, we wouldn't get tariff for it. I think that would be great. And someone from Europe is going to tell me I'm dumb because they've been dealing with that forever. But I say you should fight against that in your country too. Like, don't get mad at me because I didn't have to deal with something that is stupid. It's stupid, you know? I'm sure at the very least your tariffs actually go towards something. Does not feel like our tariffs go towards anything. As our debt increases from what I hear over and over and over. Yeah, I mean, One Piece is great. And I sometimes see the new stuff. I'll just like watch clips of it. And it's like the animation has just stepped up tremendously. It is probably the nicest looking like shonen when it wants to be. They'll just like hire all these like animators and they'll just have these like sick, very fluid, even not like for fights. They'll just like do it for like emotional beats as well. Or like character acting. It's like, damn. Because it felt like back in the day, as nice and fun as One Piece was, it was pretty limited as far as animation goes. I do think they really need to step up their sound design. I forget who I was talking about this with. It was one of my friends. But they have just been stuck in the past, and they really need to get better at sound design. Not the music, but just like the effects and the timing. I feel like it's so ill-fitting at this point. I don't know. I try so hard hooking people I know into One Piece, and they always say to me it's always too long to get into, but I say it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand, like, it is over 1,000 episodes. I don't know what that equates to in terms of hours, but you just have to be in the mood to want to, like, commit to something that long. It's like begging your friend to play Dragon Quest XI. That's like an 80-hour JRPG, and that's if you don't even do everything, you know? Like, just telling someone, oh, you should play this, you should play this. I love that game. That's one of my favorite games ever. But, you know, unless they're, like, die-hard addicted to JRPGs, one, they probably already played it, if they were, but you're not going to be able to just, like, immediately convince them, you know? You gotta have the time. And a lot of times with shows, people want to watch a bunch of it and actually, like, feel like they're progressing in the story. But when there's just so many arcs and it feels never-ending, and the pacing of One Piece can be kind of at times. It's understandable that it's pretty hard to get people into it. By the way, this Ryza, like, I think it's like the nicest looking Ryza if you're not like only looking for one of her main outfits. It's, it's skimpy. She's wearing her fucking lingerie, but her face is so pretty here. It's ridiculous. And it's like the Azur Lane art style, so I guess it's a little bit different, but like, I don't know, man. Her face and her hair, like the rendering of her hair and just like the, I don't know, strands going above her forehead and like, passing her eyes a little bit. Just like shading up there too. It's crazy good. They even want to show you her feet. Look at her feet. They look really good. You can take off the, I guess the cover for the futon as well. The pose doesn't make sense at this point, but it's fan service for you, baby. Hey, Joey. Yeah, I think that's a decent price, too, because she is a... Oh, no. I thought she was a 1/6 scale. She's a 1/7 scale. The conversion rate makes this like 150-ish here in the US, which I think is reasonable for something that looks this nice. But, when you think of Ryza, maybe this isn't the first thing you think of. Maybe it is, though, because she's that kind of character. But I think she's very pretty. What's up, Stig from Norway? How you doing? I know you're a huge fan of Toho projects, so you're the best person to ask. What is the deal with companies creating all these new figures for the franchise all of a sudden? I wish I knew. Like, the games still get made, but more so than not, I think like a lot of fan games are getting made, and like, it doesn't feel like any of the fan projects are slowing down, but maybe it just feels like all these companies were like just ignoring it for so long and being like, oh, wait a minute, people actually still want this? And there's also this like legacy to it as well. And I think some companies like to go back and resurrect in a sense. Not that Toho ever went away, but the, I guess, relevance in the figure world was pretty low after Griffin Enterprises stopped. Because there were some other companies doing it. Q was doing it a little bit. But Griffin had like the monopoly. They were making all the characters, like so many, way more than nowadays. You would get like legit, you'll never see like some of the characters they were making these days, but it's nice that like there's a resurgence of this franchise. But it is just very popular. Like, you could just play any rhythm game in an arcade and like look for the Toho project section. It's just like, you don't realize it because it doesn't have like an anime, and it doesn't have like a manga, and you kind of just like, only see it sometimes in fan art, because most people don't even play the bullet hells, but people love the characters. It just has that attachment rate. And for some reason, younger people like Toho a lot too. I don't know where that comes from at all, but it's kind of cool, you know? I am somebody who grew up, well, not grew up, like, when I was like a young adult, I was playing the PC games. Not great at them, but I genuinely like them, you know? And I like the fighting games they made back then too. And then when I went to Japan the first time, there's a lot of that when I went to Comiket, you know? But then, like, Comiket started to have less and less of it as, like, the gacha games started to take over. Like Konkole, and then, you know, Azur Lane and Nikkei and all that stuff. But it still has its place there. It's still very big. I got the Ryza by Toei Tecmo Games. My wife would not approve the Azur Lane one. That's fair. Is the Ryza, is that the Apple one? Or did they make another one? I don't remember. Discovered your channel pretty recently. Been enjoying the videos. Thank you. I haven't been making that many videos, but I've been a little back and forth in terms of my life. It's been very hectic right now. I'm kind of settled in, but I guess now's a good time to talk about it. So I have been wanting to go to Japan for a while. I've been there like twice, right? Once in 2012 into 13. That was my first time. That's when I went to Comiket, and it was a good old time. And then again in 2016. And this entire year, there was this like friend group of like 9 people that were like, hey, we should go this year. And I was like, fuck yeah, I haven't been there in 9 years. I want to go. And slowly but surely, the plans fell through. It's like a domino effect. It's like everybody's excited, then one person can't go, and then everybody's like, maybe we shouldn't go. And then it just dwindles to such a low number that's like, all right, do it next year. But, you know, after a pretty, like, I'll say rough year, I was talking to my friend, and he was kind of talking about, like, oh, we should go. It was like, I want to go. And it's like, if you're actually serious about going, I'll go. I got nothing else going on in December. Or November it was at the time. So we were like making these plans, and we were like, all right, let's get this going. Let's actually talk about it. And then another friend hit me up, who originally like couldn't go for the first trip, but you know, later learned that he could now if we were to go in December. So I'm like, all right, let's go in December. And then I talked to my other friend, and he kind of became a bit like wishy-washy on it because he was moving and he was having some relationship issues, and it was just like, okay, you know, I don't know if you're going. I got my other friend going, though, so that's cool. And then I've just been talking to him about it, trying to get it happening. Randomly messaged another friend, and he was like, okay. It's just like, I was very surprised when the other friend was like, I'll go too. Because he didn't seem like he was dying to go the first time. And I didn't have to, like, beg him or anything. I was just like, hey, man, we're going. You want to go end of December? And he was like, yeah. It's like, okay, man. And, yeah, now it's actually in motion. Though this last minute trip that we planned means I can't do everything that I wanted to. Like, we wanted to go to Nintendo World and go to like the Donkey Kong part of the park. Can't do that. Like, trying to register late for any of the Nintendo stuff, it's just not happening. Because I didn't realize you can't just buy a pass that lets you in there. You have to buy the express pass that sells out. And everything in Japan, you gotta like do it in advance, and you gotta either enter a raffle or it's very limited. And it's just like, I can't keep up with all of these things that end at different times or start at different times in terms of like allowing people to submit applications or enter raffles. So it's just like, okay, I guess we're not going unless I want to only go on the Minion ride. And it's just like, I don't care about the Minion ride. So none of that. And I'm trying to get into the Nintendo Museum, but that was also a raffle. And also because this was last minute, we just totally missed the application time. But there is another way to get in, and it's to just stalk the website every hour and then hope people cancel, which they do. I've already seen multiple people cancel, but the window to grab a cancellation is very tight. So I've just been, you know, every hour just refreshing, which I missed 5 o'clock because I was streaming, but maybe I'll remember at 6 to double check. And it's just going to be that. I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm going to try and get in. But there's like a 1 week that we could do. Basically, I'm going to Japan in December. And I will not be probably uploading anything in December because I won't be home. And I'm going to be there for like 20 days, which is a long time, you know? But I haven't been on a vacation in a very long time. And I feel like I needed to like reset and refresh and also kind of escape this scenario I've been placed in. It's just kind of miserable lately. It's been a tough year, and being able to go and just have fun, even if it costs a bunch of money, I think, you know, would be nice. It'd be very helpful for me. Hitting up Winter Comiket? Nah, because I'm gonna come home like on the 26th. I've been to Winter Comiket. It's cool, but it's not like fun. It's just a rush to buy things, you know? Unless, like, I guess you take part of the cosplay area and you start taking photos of everybody. But, you know, just, like, lining up and buying somebody's, you know, doujinshi. It's like, okay, that's cool, you know, if I actually want it. But I don't really collect that stuff anymore. I used to, a little bit. But, the first time I went to Comiket, the entire first day, I was trying to get, like, something from the Shaft booth. Or Shaft. I said that weird. The animation studio. It was like cells or like a book of sketches and whatever for Bakemonogatari, and just wasted the whole day online. Just never got anything because the line was so big and I was on it the entire day. What a waste of time. And then like day 2 was raining, which was miserable because you have to line up early. But I did get stuff, you know, it was cool and I enjoyed it. I appreciated it and I'm glad I did it, but not something I want to do again. But I would get to be there on Christmas. Like Black Friday buying rush. I mean, it's not hectic. It's just a lot of people, you know? Maybe that does make it hectic, but it's not like people are pushing, you know? You're not gonna have to fear your life there or anything, but it's just a massive crowd and everybody's just trying to get on their line, and there's like this whole map you have to sketch out. It's like, okay, I want to go here, 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 and if I do it this way, it's optimal. So you have to like plan a route, take it if you can. It's just work, you know? It's not like a fun thing to do. It's just if you love these artists and you want to support them, you go and you buy their work. And that's probably the main motivation for a lot of people at this point. But, you know, I'm not planning to pick up doujins, pornography. I don't really care. I don't know, man, I don't know if you've ever tried to read you ever buy one of those big freaking, like, manga porn books? It's, like, miserable to try and use. It sucks. Because, it's so thick. Try and open it with one hand, and this is a one hand thing, right? Like, you can't do this, right? Like, you have to open it one. It's stupid. Digitally, all that shit works better. So it just doesn't make sense. And like, I did buy some of that the first trip, and then I just gave it away when I got back. It's like, I don't care about any of this. It was just like, wow, I'm here, and it's everywhere. It's like you go into a bookstore and there's all these naked characters, and it's just like, wow. But that was in 2012, and that novelty, you know, I would rather save my suitcase space for something interesting that I actually want to keep. If there's anything I would like to change, and sorry I haven't really been reading comments, I've been blabbing like nonstop. The first time I went, even the second time I went, you know, you just get so caught up in just buying things that like you like, but you don't need. And by the end of it all, you know, you're excited and you go home and you just like, you know, you look at it all and you put it on display. And then for me, slowly but surely, it starts, you know, going away, and you sell it, you give it to somebody, and, you know. I do have a decent amount of my stuff that I got from both of my trips, but it just would be nice if I actually made sure what I was getting was just not some, like, overly excited pickup. You're like, wow, they got this little cute figure of, I don't know, Ontan from Dead Dead. I mean, if that was there, that'd be crazy, because they don't make that, but, yeah, I just want to be a little bit more responsible if I'm buying things. Planning on getting any figures in Japan? Maybe. I don't know. Like, figure boxes are so big, and I don't know how it would be to ship stuff with the tariffs anymore. Like, I have a big suitcase, but there's only so much space in it. But I guess that kind of brings me to my next point. I have been toying with the idea of buying a camera for the sake of the trip, because I can't take my, you can't, it's off screen, it's not what I'm using to record right now, but I got a mirrorless camera. It's nice, little chunky, and the lens is even bigger, and it's not like a vlogging camera or a lens. I can't really use it that way. So I've been thinking about buying one, like, what was it called? It was like a DJI Osmo or something. I don't know. It's like the stick. It's like a gimbal camera. It's like $500, $600. And it has like some like good reviews, and like people buy that. Like, it's a very popular camera. I think last year or this year it was very popular. It's not a GoPro, but it's like a gimbal, which means like it kind of it like balances the footage, or like stabilizes it rather, so it's not like all jittery. So when you like move your arm, it kind of like stays still and looks straightforward. But like the lens it uses is like pretty good. If you turn it around, you look at it. It's like wide enough. It's not like a wide screen or a wide lens, but it's standard stuff. It goes to 4K. It can do 60 FPS 4K if you needed to. Even though most of my videos now are 24, outside of some of the figure footage. But, you know, it's expensive. I don't know if I have the money to, you know, drop now with plane tickets being like as much as they were, hotels for 20 days, and 2 Shinkansen tickets. So it's just like, maybe. But I also feel like it would be a huge waste to go and not make anything. Especially considering my channel revolves around, you know, Japanese toys and figures and stuff. So I gotta think about that if I could afford it. But yeah, I don't want to talk about like plans if I do that, because I don't want to promise something, right? If I say I'll do something, it might not happen, and then I disappoint. So yeah, I just don't want to, if I go there, do like my experience in Japan and just like walk around and this was Shibuya, this is the crossing. It's like maybe I would get some B-roll of that, but I would rather make stuff that actually is around, like centered around my channel, and like stuff with figures and buying them and stuff, even if not particularly buying anything, which I would like to, but you know, I don't want to say the idea I have in case I don't do it, but you know, maybe like a little hunt for stuff. I don't know, but yeah, I also don't want to spend the entire time camera in hand filming everything, because I think that kind of takes away from the experience. But yeah, I'm not really a vlogger. Like, I can't see myself making entertaining vlogs, walking around and being witty and all of that. So yeah, I don't know. It's an expense. I got to think about it if I could buy it. There's still like 2 hotels we need to book. One of them is like for a day, because like a friend is not staying the entire time. So we need like 1 hotel day with somebody, or like a 3-person room, and then our final end of the trip is like just me and a friend for like 5 days. So we have like 4 hotels, which is a little annoying, but you know, that's how it works, right? Shorts? I mean, maybe. I don't know. It also hides the stick. It's not like, it's not a selfie stick. It's just like a camera on a stick. It's like a thin, like little pole. Maybe I could bring it up. Hold on. Let me see. I forget what it's called. Let me open it here. DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I don't want to dox myself in case one of these websites have my address. Hold on. I don't think it's on the Best Buy site. Let me see. Okay, I could just use one of these. Okay, are we looking at this? Is that capturing correctly? Yeah. It's this camera, right? So it's just like this little gimbal stick. You can like rotate the camera if you want to make a vertical video, but this is all it is, right? The camera's up there. The screen you look at is down here. And like this little button is a It's like a joystick, so you can like move it around. I hear that's like the most finicky thing about it. There's also this like creator combo, which makes it $700, right? You get the tripod, you get a bunch of batteries, you get the microphone, which is kind of important, the DJI mic. So this like syncs to it without any hassle, which is cool. I think you get like a charging thing as well, and like a carrying case or whatever. There's a lot of stuff that comes with this creator combo, but you know, I don't know if it's necessary. It's just, this is what I'm thinking about. And I looked at reviews of it. It seems good. It seems good for what I want, and it's discreet. If there's one thing I like about this, it's that it's so small, and you don't hold it like this, like a camera or like a phone, right? Or a big, you know, regular camera. It's just one hand, so you could just like catch something very quickly. You take it out of your pocket, you just like film it really quick. You don't bother people as much, you know. You don't get kicked out if you're just holding a little thing, most likely. So, could I get a used one? Yeah, potentially. I'm always a little worried about like used cameras in case like there's something wrong with it that they're not like highlighting. But yeah, it's an option. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I should have bought their wireless microphones. I bought like a cheaper alternative, and I hate them. And I'm just stuck with them. They're like $150. They weren't even cheap. But I just didn't want to spend like $300 or whatever theirs were at the time. And now I don't like using it. I think my voice just doesn't sound good on these microphones. Because I guess just the deep, monotonous voice I have, it kind of, there's like a slight nasaliness to it too. Something I realized while making these videos, there's like a slight, like, I don't know if you would call it like a vocal fry, but I feel like I am frying my vocal cords whenever I talk at like my normal, like not like trying to put on a voice, if that makes sense. Like I could talk at a higher pitch and then it doesn't do it as much. But if I'm talking like this, I can like, I could like feel it kind of just disintegrating my throat. Is it cheaper to buy while in Japan? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, day one, like I would like to have it by the time I get there. It's like a 14-hour flight, and then it's like an hour and a half to get to the hotel, because we had to choose Narita instead of Haneda for the airport. So it's just gonna take a bit. And by the time I get off that and get to the hotel, I'm gonna pass out. So, what's that one big camera store that's also like an everything store? You know what I'm talking about? It's like that huge building. I know there's one in Akiba. I think there's one in Kyoto as well. Not big. It's in Japan. It's like a place you go to. Was it Big Camera? I don't think that's what it's called. Japan camera store. Huge. What is this place called? Okay, I see this guy's thumbnail. Oh, Yodobashi. Yeah, Yodobashi camera. If you go to Japan, you haven't been to a Yodobashi camera, you should. They're cool. It's just like a massive department store, but you'll see like the figure floor and the video game floor and the camera floor and the weird shit floor. And it's just like this massive, humongous building. Oh, actually, I've realized I didn't put on, I gotta see if my chat is working right now. It is working. I should have had that on this whole time. I messed up. You can kind of see yourselves now. A little bit. Not on this background, but... I mean, I don't know if this place is hype anymore. It's cool. It's like nice to explore once. I don't think I've ever really bought anything here, but just because they have so much, it's worth going into, you know? So many big signs and loud noises. There's like a charm to it. I like that. It's a nice contrast with everywhere, like, no one is talking, but like all the signs are making noise and the street lights and stuff, and the, you know, just the crossings and all that. But yeah, a lot of the major cities have these. And I think it's neat. But this is like, you go into Akiba, you're not rushing to the Yodobashi camera. Like, that's like last on the list, bro. Thankfully, like, Akihabara is not that big. So, oh man, look at all this. NSFW. All right, let me just get off there for now. I don't think I have safe search on. I'm kind of scared to be on Google Images. Gotta be careful, bro. Did I already move? Yeah, well, I moved back. Basically, I'm living in this, like, family-owned home alone. Not a pun off the movie. I was here before on my own, then I moved with my now ex. Now I'm back here, because obviously it didn't work out. And now I need to find a new apartment sometime in 2026. Along with, like, another job, because Jersey is very expensive. And I'm honestly thinking of moving out of state. But I don't want to worry about that right now. I'll think about the horrible crap in 2026. I would like to enjoy the end of my year, thank you. But we'll, you know, we'll figure things out as we go. OneFest is cool, but not sure if it is worth to go in person. I think the main appeal is usually the garage kits in Japan. I think it's, for me, I would like to see what a OneFest is, and if they're, like, actually making this a legitimate, big, serious kind of OneFest, and it's here in the US, and I'm a channel that talks about OneFest, I think it just makes sense to go, you know? And then cover it there. And it won't be the same kind of thing, of course, in terms of, like, what I'm saying on camera, and, you know, I probably won't be able to make it as fast, but I just think that is a logical step for me to make. I don't think everybody should run out and go to this OneFest. But, you know, OneFest is like, that was the event for a while, right? And then everybody else started making their own. But even now, it has a prestige. Like, people always, like, stop what they're doing to see what's coming out. I mean, if you're in the hobby, of course. What they're doing, what they're showing, who's got the best stuff, you know what I mean? So, you know. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a list of these companies going before I buy a ticket. If, like, Belfine is the only one going, I'm not showing up. You know, I want to see some heavy hitters. North Jersey is pretty expensive. I'm like kind of south right now. I think all Jersey is expensive. Thank you, Shake Bakey. Sonos Arc? Can you remind me what that is? I don't know why I'm not, like, visualizing that right now. Are you going to check out the Bochi spots? Now, what do you mean by the Bochi spots? Are you telling me, like, places that have appeared on Bochi the Rock? Or are there some, like, stores and just, like, things going on that are Bochi related? Virginia? Yeah, well, the balance is, like, live near people I know and not be able to afford it, or live alone in some new state and probably be miserable but can afford it. I think the best plan is to just get, like, some new job that I can do everything else I'm already doing that will let me, you know, keep enjoying what I do. You know, I like my jobs right now. I'm calling this YouTube a job just for the sake of it, but it, you know, it doesn't make a lot. But I like what I'm at right now. It's just I don't make enough to, you know, be able to live here and pay all the bills. But thankfully I do have, like, time to get, like, another kind of part-time job. But, you know, what will that be, right? Like, I don't know. So, it's a sound bar. I don't have it. I don't know what I don't know anything about it. I do have a friend who was talking about, like, buying a place. And, like, I would maybe be down to go there. That would be in another state too, but at least I'm friends with them, so that's a potential thing I could do. We'll see. We'll see. For the time being, I'm just gonna continue what I'm doing, see how that pans out. What was I gonna say? YouTube, I have a couple more videos before I dip till, you know, the end of December. That's kind of why I'm streaming too, just so I get a little bit more content for you guys. The live house in Bochi is based on a real one. I assume that's what they meant. Okay. I mean, oh, like the club. Oh shit, that's kind of cool actually. The problem is, so I'm going with 2 friends guaranteed and 1 maybe, and the 2 guaranteed friends don't really care about Bochi the Rock, but the other one does. So if he's with me, I could probably have someone to go with for that. The problem is I don't really want to split up with my 2 friends in terms of like going separate ways, because neither of them have been in Japan. I kind of have to be somewhat of a tour guide, and I can't speak enough to really get around. I can do it a little bit, but I think it just makes sense to like stay with everybody and do what everybody wants to do in the group. I don't think they would object if like, hey, could I go to the Bochi bar? They would be like, okay, fine. But yeah, the phones having like the translate just by like putting your camera on it is crazy though. I didn't get to use that when I was there because that was so long ago. But yeah, it is what, the 6th today. I don't know when the next video will be. Maybe soon. I wanted to record something else and it didn't happen. That was another reason I wanted to stream today. I'm looking at the wrong camera all of a sudden. I recorded something already. I could edit it and maybe get it out soon. It's like a basic unboxing video. I don't really know what to title it. And then I have a big video I need to make. And if I don't finish it by like the end of November, I'm kind of screwed. Because it's like a sponsorship thing. And it kind of relies on things getting to my house in time. But if it doesn't in time and I go on a vacation, I don't know, man. I'm just praying it all like gets here fast enough. But I don't know. Things are slow in the terms of like postage lately. And I'm a little worried. But yeah, I mean, a couple things. People keep asking me, not lately, but make a video on selling things. And I want to do that. I think it would actually be like fun, but like kind of long to make if I didn't want to make it very boring and just be like here and just literally telling you while looking at the camera what you should do. Like you need some editing to make that like an interesting or like engaging video, because it's such a like weird topic that like I know most people watching my channel don't really need, but I know some really want it. I'm sure most other anime figure channels have not made that video though. So hey, if that happens, go watch it because it'll help. Because I just have a feeling if I make it, it's gonna perform poorly. But yeah, I don't know if I have the time this month to do it. But then it'll be like the end of the year when I'm back, and then there's the best figures video, which I'll probably make. Don't know about the pre-orders video anymore. Maybe I'll make like a figures I'm looking forward to in 2026 video, not locking in pre-orders. Maybe I'll just like word it differently this time. And hey, if I record anything in Japan, then I can maybe, I can maybe make some videos with that. Yeah, there's not much videos on selling. I did it only my own and did not have a great experience. I mean, I've actually sold a few things already since making that video, and even like prior. When I say that video, I meant my previous video with the downsizing challenge, which I think some people, even though I tried to explain that it was just for fun, there's like this sense that I actually was getting rid of all of my stuff. It was just a proof of concept. Like, if I had to, where is my mindset at right now? Like, what am I willing to let go of? And I just, I felt like making something different because I feel like my content is pretty samey. I mean, unbox something, talk about news, unbox something, tariffs. It's like, what else has there been lately? So, just as a change up. I thought it'd be a good one. I should have made that shorter. I always make my videos too long, but it was fun. I enjoyed making that. But yeah, I'm not like immediately getting rid of things, but I did sell some stuff because I need the space. The figures I was selling didn't really care about anymore, and now there's this trip, right? So that's more of an excuse to have extra spending money. Maybe that goes towards the camera. I don't know. Is it difficult to sell tapestries? I don't know a lot about, like, selling tapestries. I can't imagine it's hard. You just need, like, a specific long box so it doesn't cost you too much when it comes to actually shipping it. Is Mercari better than eBay? I like eBay more. I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of scammers on Mercari. There's definitely, like, bootlegs on eBay, too, but, like, there's so much bullshit on Mercari. And I personally, as someone who wants to buy something on Mercari, I always feel like it's a little bit more on their website compared to eBay. I feel like people on eBay give better deals. But then there's always this, like, one dude on Mercari who just doesn't know what they have and they undersell it. There's always that guy there that's not typically there on eBay. And it happens with, like, other stuff, too. Like, with video games, I've gotten so many just, like, weirdly, insanely cheap deals on Mercari because it's just, like, some, like, parents that just, like, oh, I found my kid's games. I'm just going to sell them on this site. And it's like, oh, this $100 game for $20. They go so fast. So, I feel like it's a little less frequent on eBay. So you could just randomly get a crazy good deal there. But I do feel like lately, the better deals are on eBay. And I've actually sold some stuff through eBay. That was my, like, main site of choice for this past, month that I've been selling things. Zen Market's great. I like Zen Market. I like Buy. Haven't used too many other proxies. I hardly get traction on eBay. It's tough. It depends on, like, what the figure is and how much you have it for. There's some figures I put up there that have, like, no views. I have, like, 2. And it's just, like, one of those things where, like, somebody one day will look at this and be like, wow, you have what I want. I am buying this now. You just got to undercut. Like, you got to go below, or not undercut. You just got to go under what everybody else is doing by a little bit. And if you can promote it on, like, other sites, too. But, it's just a matter of patience, unless, like, you don't care and you make it very, very cheap, and then someone will just buy it. If you have legitimate, like, photos, you should be fine. I get what you're saying. If I saw, like, a premium, like, $200 Miku for $20, I'd be like, this is probably fake. But, if your photos are real, like, you should be able to, move them. And just give them a good deal. You don't gotta, like, throw them away, kind of like, oh, I'm just getting rid of stuff for whatever you want it for, Just give them a good deal. If you have something that's desirable, people will go to you and buy it. Do you put it on your taxes that you sold your figure and earn money? Or do you need to earn a certain amount to report it? I mean, the legality of all that is very frustrating. So basically, you are supposed to report any income that you're making through selling. Most people don't. And eBay and, like, PayPal, I feel like last year or this year, they, like, put it back to $20,000 before, like, $20,000 earned, or, like, a certain amount of transactions before they'll send you, like, a form for taxes. But the problem is that the things I'm selling aren't profit, right? Like, if I were to, like, I bought Shinobu, right, from Demon Slayer, the altar figure. That was, like, 16,000 yen. I don't know what that equated to, but after shipping, probably around, like, $150, roughly. And I sold it to my friend for, like, 90 or 80. I don't remember what it was. And that, like, yeah, I now have $80, $90 in my pocket, but that's not profit, right? And if that friend was instead an eBay buyer, That is still not profits because I didn't make anything technically. But how do you show that to them, right? And it's just such a hassle. You got to write it all down. You got to document every single thing that you ever bought, and then like show them like, see, I didn't actually make anything here. I spent $150 to get this, and then sold it for $60 less. So there is no profit. So you shouldn't have to, submit that for taxes. And like most of the figures I am selling are not getting any profit. But if you were just to look at my sales, it might look like, hey, you have $600 earned. But not really, because even if I bought that 12 years ago or something, I bought it for more back in the day. A lot of figures devalue over time, right? So it's just messy. And my answer is that I don't submit that. If they send me a form, I'll do it. But like, and I do have most of like my figures, like where I bought them from, just because like Ami, they have all the information there from like any past order, or like Amazon stuff and wherever. Most sites keep documentation of like your order history, so you should be good there. But I say don't sweat it unless like you get submitted something. They don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't really care. But also I am not, I'm not like a tax expert. Don't take my advice as legitimate. I am just speaking for myself. And yeah, eBay takes their cut, and it's always like way less than you expect. Like, oh, I got 10% plus extra 5% and then 7% because fuck you. It's just like, okay, I'm earning nothing at this point. So, And hey, if I were to make a video on this, I'm not talking about taxes. That shit is for somebody else. I'm not getting into that. I'm not informed enough, nor do I want to get into the whole like, I don't want to be like, this guy told me what to do for my taxes. I'm not that guy. I don't want to be in that situation. What figures do you want to see in the wild in Japan? I guess good question. So I'm already kind of like thinking like, if I see this Colette figure, this is an old figure, but it's one I really want because I love Tales of Symphonia. If I see this and it's not like 30,000 yen, I might buy it, Like, there's old figures I'm looking at. Same with this Telos. This is like a perfect one to pick up in Japan because it's cheap and the box is small. So it'll fit in my storage or my suitcase, and I don't have to really worry about it. The only new figure that's coming out is, where is she? Is freaking Agnes Tachyon from Alter. This one is like constantly delayed, and I'm hoping it just comes out right when I'm there. So this would probably be the only like very recently released figure I pick up while on that trip. I think everything else would be like hunting for old figures that I can't find good deals for, But yeah, I don't really have too many examples right now. I want to just look around, see if something catches my eye. I like the unexpected. Most of the figures I want, I already have, or I know where to buy them from. So, I don't have to worry too much about that. Like, I need the strength figure. Well, I don't need it, but I broke this one when I was moving. But the box is so big, I wouldn't want to buy it while I was there, because that would take up, like, all of my suitcase. Same with this Gwendolyn. Like, I would like to replace this one. Maybe that makes sense to buy there. But again, box is huge. Don't want to do that. But when you go to, like, Ami, right, their store, they're going to have so many new things, and maybe things will just catch my eye. It's like, wow, I really want that, actually. I actually did not order Majima, and he's supposed to come out in December. If the timing aligns and his box isn't huge, which it probably will be, maybe I just pick him up there. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not like super concerned about the figure pickups themselves. I just want to go. Like, honestly, I can go and not spend any money and have a good time, but I know I will. I know I'm going to buy stuff because that's just what it is. That's just what happens when you go to Japan. You got to just buy. You could say you're not going to buy stuff, but you'll get caught up in it. You'll definitely be buying stuff. But yeah. Maybe I'll think of some stuff soon that I want to put on a little list. When am I going? I'm leaving like mid-December. Or like early December. I'm there for like 20 days. So I'm just like, for most of December, I am in Japan. Having a grand old time. Hold on, I was looking for something on my... I can't find it. Never mind. I think I like wrote down a bunch of like weird things that I would want while I was there. That like I wouldn't remember. And I was gonna like reference that. But what would you say is a good budget to save to visit Japan for 2 weeks? Hotels are so cheap. So like the plane ticket is your most expensive, expense. That's costing me like $1,200, which sucks. But it's a 14-hour flight. What can you do? But the hotels, like 1 week in Tokyo with 2 friends, so a 3 person hotel, is $360 roughly. Like that's for the week, $360. And then the Kyoto hotel, we got like it looks nice. I don't know if something's wrong with it, but the hotel in Kyoto is only like $160 for like 6 days. It's like, how is this so cheap? Split between 3 people. It's crazy. I would say, I think 3,000 is the right price for a 2 week, and you bump it up a little bit for like 3 weeks. Because I'm going for 3 weeks, and because of the travel and the ticket and the hotels, and I'm there longer, I'm estimating that I'm probably gonna be around that like 2,500 for just like the basic necessities, being able to travel around. Not even food, just like travel, board, and hotel, and Shinkansen, right? And then you're gonna want to probably eat nice at least a couple times. And then you're a collector, so you're gonna want to go and you're gonna want to buy things. Like this is $300, this Nikkei figure, right? That's 300 of 1,000 extra dollars you might bring. So it's gonna go fast, right? You buy a video game, it's gonna be like $70. So all the collectibles, that's where the money gets drained the fastest. The food's cheap, and they don't tip. They don't accept tip. You're not supposed to tip. In fact, you shouldn't tip. Don't do it. But it's just not part of the culture. So that's like so affordable. The hotels are very affordable. Getting around is pretty damn affordable too. Even the bullet train, like that's $90 one way. Like to Kyoto from Tokyo is like $90 right now. Which I think is reasonable. It's like 2 hours, but it's lightning fast. It would be like 5 hours if you took a normal train, but it's 2 because of the Shinkansen. So, it's worth it. It's a good experience. It's nice to get on the bullet train. You should just experience that once at least if you never have. Budget like $40 a day on food. Yeah, honestly, if you're from the US, because of how cheap the yen or like the conversion rate is, like it's like 153 yen to $1 right now. Might even be even less. Yeah, Mandarake. You gotta go to Mandarake. Nakano Broadway, their Mandarake is so cool in person. If you ever played Digimon Cyber Sleuth, that game just takes place in Nakano Broadway. It's cool. You could walk around it, and then if you were ever there, it's like, oh, this is like the literal exact same layout. Just like kind of truncated a little bit. But I want to go there for sure. Because we're only in Tokyo for like a week, and the 2 other friends I'm going with haven't been, it's kind of like, all right, I should bring them to the main, cities, like a Shibuya, Shinjuku, Akihabara, of course, Odaiba, Nakano. Can't hit everything, but it's like, that's the plan. There's some other things in Kyoto we wrote down. I think Kyoto will be a little bit more like nature focused and shrines and temples and things. Though also like Den Town. I would like to go to, what's that place called? With like the bridge and like the exercise guy, the athlete. What's that place called? It's in Yakuza. I'm like having a brain fart right now. It's in Osaka, but I don't know why I'm forgetting right now. Dontonburi? What is that? Oh man, why am I forgetting right now? It's Sotenburi in Yakuza. Why do I forgetting what it's actually called? Anyway. Would you buy a figure in Japan, then send it home? If that's not complicated, I would. I've never done that before. People do that, and I will look into it. If there's like something I want that's too big for my luggage, I will definitely think about it. But like the postage, they're not shipping here, so it has to be with like UPS or FedEx, and I don't know how that works. Like as an individual, like I feel like when I went, I never noticed a FedEx, but I probably wasn't looking. But we'll see. Yeah, definitely we'll see. You get 2 free check-ins bags. Yeah, I that's what we have. I have a small suitcase and a big one. I don't think I really want to rock with 2 giant suitcases. Might be a little bit too big, but I don't know. Like, should I really be going and just trying to spend as much as possible? No, but the temptation is hard. It's hard to deal with. You're going to want to buy things. I'm going to want to buy things. But yeah, the Mandarake and Nakano Broadway, it's like broken up into many different like little stores, because it's like an inside mall or like shopping arcade. And you'll just find like the little subsections of like, you know, because if you've ever been to the Akihabara one, it's like a big building and every single floor is a different type of collectible. But the Nakano Broadway one, you'll just be like walking and you'll be like, oh, here's the Mecha Mandarake section. Then you'll turn a corner, you'll see like a clothing store, and then all of a sudden is the video game Mandarake. There's just like so many Mandarakes in that building. It's cool. The one in Shibuya is like, I don't like it that much because you go so underground. It makes me feel a little like claustrophobic. Like I shouldn't be here. Like it's just so beneath the earth. And it kind of like freaks me out a little bit. Don Tombori, thank you. But yeah, Mandarake, I'll take them to Mandarake. I'm gonna want to go myself anyway. Same with like Jungle. Are Jungles around? Jungle used to be like a place to visit in Akihabara. I think there's a Jungle in Den Town as well. I just haven't, I don't really shop at Jungle anymore. I used to, but I mean, that was a legitimate secondhand market store, but I feel like there's just so many more options nowadays. Oh shit, hold on. I gotta check the Nintendo Museum site. I'm not gonna show you this in case I actually have to like put my credit card in. Yeah, there's one in LA, which is cool. I've never been there. I've never been to LA. So it's gonna update in a minute, this Nintendo site. Personally, I don't think it's worth buying figures and bringing it back home. It takes up too much luggage space. Yeah, I mean, it depends on, I guess, what you want in the first place. Like, if I'm not buying too much else, then yeah, I'll make the room for the figures. But like the first time I went, I bought like all of Oyasumi Poon Poon just because I was there and I wanted it, and it wasn't translated into English yet. So I just thought it was cool, and it was like 300 yen a volume. So like I stacked them all up in my suitcase, and that was also the year I bought a bunch of stuff from Comic Cat. I had a lot of books from Comic Cat, so I was just filling it up with books. But I still made some room for some figures. I know I got one of the Tigers there. I got some girl from Phantasy Star. I don't remember her name, but that one fit in the suitcase. There was some Monogatari figures, 2 Nendos. It was Nyaruko. What's the girl's name? What's the main girl's name from Yuru Yuri? Is it Akari? The red hair. But I know I bought her. I feel like I bought somebody else. Like another Nendo there. I can't remember it, though. I was right, Akari. Okay. Yeah, those are like airing at the time. It was just cool. It was like, oh, buy that. I'm here. Let me just look at my list real quick. Maybe I would remember. Like, did I buy anything else here, there? I don't think so. Because it would have only been up to like... Nah, none of this stuff. No. Did I buy that? No, that was from... Where was this from? Might have been Otaku Mode, actually. Yeah, I bought this one and this one. Nyaruko. with the hippo bat. That shit cute. Oh, is this girl? This was such a rant. I don't know why I bought. I just thought she was cool, and she is cool. But like, I had no idea who this was. It was in Den Den Town, and it was just like they had a whole table of them. I was like, dang, that looks cool. It was like 8,000 yen. I was like, I want this, and then I sold it. Like the chamber for the bullets, it actually like rotates if you like slide your finger on it. I thought that was cool too. My music stopped. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, it like crashed. Why did it crash? All right. No new slots for the museum right now. I'm just playing like chill JRPG music in hopes that I don't get claimed. If this video gets AdSense, that goes towards the camera. Just more, buy more Taiga. I mean, what else is there to buy, you know? I kind of have the ones I want. I don't know if I ever told anybody I sold this one. This was one of the first ones I bought. I just don't think this looks like her. I don't like this figure. And the ugly blue shoes, like whose idea was that? And the pink base, because she has a pink base too. This is such a gross clash. It is a bad photo, but it's like, what were they thinking? I don't get it. But like all her new stuff, I be picking up, you know? If I found like an old figure or something, maybe. Where's one I don't have that I like? You know what's weird? They made... So I have this one, which I'll open in another tab. So this one, classic, perfect figure. But then Wave also kind of just made the exact same thing. Companies used to do this where it was just like, I want to make that. Why can't I go to the other big... What is this like weird formatting? I just wanted to... Yeah, so she comes with like tails. Sorry, a tail and ears. And like a weird smiley. It is a weird figure, but I would buy this if I saw it and it wasn't that much money. Just because it's just weird. I like it. I don't think it looks that bad. It's a little different. But it is kind of the same thing I already have. But outside of that, it's like, I don't know. The minifigures, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I got what I need. There's a no makeup, but I didn't even know that. Where do they sell this? Oh, it's One Fest. One Fest. This has to be so rare. Never mind, 90. I did not know. Okay, wait, people are taking photos of the normal one. I have never seen without the tiger stripes on her face. Books are great to buy in Japan since they are heavy and thus costly to ship, especially compared to the value. Whereas figures for their value was cheap to ship. That's a good point. As long as you don't go over your limit, I don't know how much extra they'll charge you. It's definitely easier to hit the airport limit if you're just stocking up on books. But I'm trying to think of like what book would I want if I were to go, you know? Like a cool art book that I can't get here in the States, maybe. But outside of that, I don't know. If anything, I should look at, like, what's coming out in November and December. Because those would be, like, the things to pick up. How do I want to just sort this. Well, I could do pre-painted, but I also would like to see Nendos. Well, like, Nendos are coming out. I guess everything doesn't have a release date yet, though. That's the thing. On a Pac-Man? I sold my first ever anime figure, never looked back at it. Congrats. What'd you sell? Even though you don't want to look back at it. I want to know. Oh, these are coming out. They're going to be expensive. These are like always way more in Japan for some reason. The 3-0 figures for Dorohedoro. The new Taiga. Honestly, yeah, but it doesn't technically have a release date yet, and I pre-ordered that. If I could like hit up, I bought it from CD Japan. If I could hit them up and cancel it, That would make a ton of sense to just buy there. But we'll see if it actually comes out on time. I'm not really seeing anything I want that's coming out. Oh, this guy's... Oh, I would buy this. I'm actually gonna... Okay, I should write this down. My friend bought this, who's actually going with me, but he's gonna get, like, the extra pieces. It has, like, a bonus where the tail head can shoot an atomic flame as well. But I didn't want to pre-order this because of the tariffs. But I love this guy. I'm not, like, huge into Godzilla, but I think doing the this specific Godzilla as a chibi Nendo is very charming. It's very silly. Like, look at his stupid face. But he also looks baby, so it just is great. I think people don't like this, and I think they have the wrong opinion. I think this shit slaps. But yeah, I mean, if the box isn't too big, definitely would be something I get that releases soon. So we got one. We figured we figured something out. Oh, so Godzilla. Let me just add that to my wish list, actually, so I'll remember. Oh, that's my list. Wished, please. But yeah, I don't want to buy too much. So like Godzilla, if I just got like Godzilla and Agnes, Tachyon, that'd be good. And maybe like Telos. I would love to pick this Telos figure up in Japan. I don't want to pay tariffs for her because she's like $60. She's very cheap. But if I can get it without shipping and tariffs, that would be perfect. I still don't know when Good Smile Company is sending the Asuna 2.0 Nendo. Is it out? Or is it just like, they're just not shipping stuff? I'm still thinking about getting that Pup Taiga, but I don't have room for more figures. If you toss the box, she really doesn't take up a lot of space. So you could like just slide her in between something else and you should be good. I don't think that figure is like going up in price. If I saw this in Japan, oh man, I want this just somehow. I don't know if they've put this up in the US, but I love this thing. But the way they sold it in Japan was like a lottery Ichiban Kuji thing. And I think that's not going to be something I can find very easily. But this is like the perfect Dragon Ball figure for me. Like this is one of those like, I am satisfied and don't need anything else. Even though this is just an Ichiban Kuji thing. The only other thing I would get is if like some company was like, hey, you want to get a resin from Dragon Ball and it's huge and it has all these lightning effects and shit. It's like, yeah, okay. But I would like get this and sell my other Dragon Ball Goku, like the Kid Goku figures. Because I don't know, it's just so... It just represents the series very well. It's the cover of the first volume, so. I find the flat rate 15 brokerage fee more annoying. I just paid 30-cent tariffs for replacement parts and 15. Oh, shit. Wait, did you get replacement parts from Good Smile? Or, like, where'd you get those from? Because I need to do that. I need to, like, send something. I forget what it was, but something got damaged on delivery. And I needed to send it back. But they told me that, well, actually, they told me they wouldn't ship it to me until the post office resumed shipping. So I couldn't even do anything. But I could have sent it in already if I wanted to. I felt like it was weird. It's like, oh, send it now, and then we'll remember. It's like, no, I'll send it when you guys resume again. That makes more sense to me. This music's kind of putting me to sleep. I'm just scared. Every time I do a stream, my VOD gets hit. I hate that my VOD always gets hit. It's like, oh, this one song is claimed, so you can't make anything now, lol. Nah. Honestly, I don't even trust Final Fantasy. That's gonna get claimed too. Oh, native. They sent it UPS. Okay. Yeah, I agree. It sucks more when it's like something so cheap, or in your case, literally free. It's a replacement piece, so it's supposed to be free. Maybe use royalty free. Yeah, but that's boring. I just want to listen to some like video game tunes. But they always get claimed. Well, they don't always get claimed. It's just like the one weird song gets claimed. Let's listen to some Super Nintendo music. I just want something like a little bit more upbeat. I feel like I've been falling asleep. I think I'm in the wrong, like, playlist. It's just everything's relaxing. It's like, oh, relaxing music, relaxing music. Oh, I got it. This is my jam. The Mario Right on Time. I fucking love this. Anyway, let's keep talking. Yeah, so tariffs suck. Trip will be cool. That's where we're at right now. Camera, maybe. Hey, if you want to support my channel, got a Patreon. That money would go towards the camera. That's what I try and do. So consider, it's like $2 for the basic tier. I will admit, I need to do more on the Patreon, but I have just been struggling with everything going on right now. And honestly, I would love, like, suggestions on what you guys would want to see on there as far as, like, original content. Because truthfully, I haven't been making any. I just don't have good ideas. And I just have these, I think they're legitimate excuses of just like, oh, I'm moving again. Oh, I just have to, like, you know, constantly go back and forth and make sure everything's okay. And I just haven't had time to even film normal videos. So something has had to, like, cut back. And unfortunately, you know, it was the bonus videos. I've just hoped that, like, if I keep things going with this freaking channel, I feel like everywhere, like, the anime figure content's kind of dwindling a little bit. Hell, fucking Derek doesn't even make this stuff anymore. He just makes Pokemon stuff now. He's got a new channel. He sells Pokemon cards. He jumped ship. Maybe that was smart. I don't know. I'm just here though. I'm chilling. I don't want to do that. I'm not a Pokemon guy. That's cute. I'm making these juries. It's like a prize figure jury. I like that they're making another color. I can't tell if her face looks any good though. It's like not close enough. But how long have we been streaming? It's 6 right now. I think I started at like 4:45. Okay, that's not too long. But I don't have a plan. I kind of just wanted to, like, talk about updates and stuff. Making anime figure content, it feels like it. It's always been a niche. It's never been a big thing. Specifically the scale figure section of anime figure collecting. It's always been lesser. People don't care about it as much, and I think it's just because the entry fee, like, you know, it's so expensive to buy this stuff that it's too much of that, like, that's too big of a hurdle for most people. So you go a step below, you get, like, the posable stuff, suddenly more affordable, and then more people watch it. I just have the scale figure autism. That's what I like. I don't know. Manga content. I don't read enough manga. I like making figure content. It just feels like, you know, it's a struggle, right? Like, you know, Derek's not making that much stuff anymore. Gwen slowed down tremendously. Daijobubu doesn't make as much as she used to. And maybe that's just life, right? Like, people move on. It's definitely hard to maintain this stuff. Ken kind of just doing his thing. He definitely, like, solved it. Like, you know, his quality, I think, deserves more, but he will have a random banger every now and then. But he's definitely at a point where it's like, all right, he's doing good every time he uploads something. Like, he doesn't have to worry too much about, like, playing the algorithms. Like, oh, I gotta make sure this title's this way and this thumbnail's this way. He just kind of, he has a style. People like the style. People tune in. And I think compared to most other people, he has, like, enough of an audience where it's like it makes sense to continue it. Whereas I think some other channels, maybe not. I'm not even including myself in that. Because truthfully, I haven't even been making enough. I'm not surprised if my views fall off because I've not neglecting it. I just haven't been able to keep up. Started making figure content on TikTok. I'm scared of TikTok, but I'm glad you did it. I just can't go over there. Anime reviews. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would love to find something adjacent. My other hobby is collecting games. I mean, if we're talking about collecting, I collect video games, but not as much as I used to. It's just hard to balance both. It's too expensive to do both. But I have always, you know, I do have a passion for like older games, and I like talking about them. It's kind of hard to, it's like too late to get into that as far as YouTube goes, but not grading. I don't grade. Grading is, I feel like grading is a bit of a meme when it comes to video games. I think it's proven that like grading cards is profitable, but I don't collect things to sell them. I just collect them because I like them. So like a graded video game does nothing for me. It just means I can never play it. I'm not against a sealed game. I'm not going to open an old sealed game unless it's cheap. But like if I have something that's like sealed and it's expensive, I'm just going to hold on to it because it doesn't make sense to devalue it when I can emulate it. You know what I mean? But I just have that, you know, appreciation for the time period I grew up in, and then like the games that were coming out and what I experienced on it. And I also just really, I don't know, there's something about like games being made on a platform that can't do literally everything, and like seeing these companies do so much with what technology is available that I find more fascinating than nowadays when a game comes out. And it could be anything because like there's nothing really holding these games back besides like the budget and the scope of the company itself, right? Like how big they are and how experienced the team is. So like the AAA stuff, you know, all of it's kind of expected, and a lot of it's good, but it just doesn't, I don't know, have like this spark for me where I'm kind of thinking about like, how did they do this with like limited technology? How does they make this like wonderful sounding like music on the Super Nintendo of all things, or even before that? Like you listen to some NES soundtracks that sound wild, like how is this coming out of this rectangular gray box, you know? I don't know, I find that so much more interesting and engaging, and I love finding out about new games that are old, so just like things I've never like looked at and things I've never heard of, and you know, compared to just like PS5 games that are coming out. It's like, yeah, it's cool, it looks good, plays good, it's all expected to be good, and you know, but at the same time, it's kind of like been there, done that. No one's doing anything too unique in the AAA sphere. I collect Nintendo and PlayStation. I wish I collected Sega. I have like 8 Genesis games, and I love the Genesis, but I got into it too late. So I have like a small list of games I would like to continue to collect for. But with Genesis, you kind of want the clamshell, because, I don't know, loose Genesis cart doesn't display very well. And, you know, it's kind of expected to find the boxes for the Genesis games compared to like N64 or Super Nintendo, because they were cardboard, everybody threw them out. But yeah, I have like Dynamite Heady and like Sonic 2, Sonic 1, Sunset Riders. What's the game? I got like a couple cool games on the Genesis, but nothing crazy. The Contra Hard Corps is probably the craziest game I have like complete in box on the Genesis. Amazing. Like that's the best Contra game in my opinion. But yeah. I mean, you say they play good, but there are a lot of new games that suck when they have all the resources to be great. I'm just being nice. The Dreamcast? No, I agree, but that's another console I never collected for. The problem is you get into collecting, you focus on one thing, and you want to keep going to other things, but by the time you get to the other thing, it becomes too expensive. And, like, yeah, I love these games. I love all these old consoles, but I'm not trying to spend, like Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast is so, I think 2 is, like, near $100 or something. It's like, why would I spend $100 on Sonic Adventure 2? You know, I have that on the GameCube. I've had that since childhood. Like, I don't need it again, right? Like, what's expensive on the Dreamcast? Like, Illbleed, that's a Dreamcast game, right? That's a cool game, but it's too expensive. You got Cannon Spike, that weird Capcom game. Fucking, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 definitely plays better than the PS2 version. You don't even need it anymore. It's irrelevant, but if you're a collector, you still probably like the old version. But even that's really expensive, right? I don't think Space Channel 5 is too expensive. That's a cool one. That's worth picking up. I'm not really old enough to grow up with the old consoles, but growing up, I played Sonic on my dad's old Mega Drive, along with a bunch of games on PS2 and PS1. My first console was a SNES, but it was like handed to me by my grandmother when I was like 2. So I wasn't even really like understanding what it was. I just know I got it in I must have got it in 1995 or 6, because I got the console and it had Super Mario World on it, All Stars plus Worlds, which was like a revision of All Stars, and then also Donkey Kong Country 2. So just like all these things, these had to have been out by the time I got it, but I was like 2 or 3, so I was like, I don't know anything. I can't play this yet. For some reason, they just got it for me. 96, Connie, you remember that? Okay. I think Mario Paint was Mario Paint part of that? I don't remember. I think it was. And then I guess just because my older brother got a Game Boy, I wanted a Game Boy. It's just hard to think like I would be old enough to understand like I want this video game console because of Pokemon. But I guess I was, you know. Pokemon was like 98? Was Pokemon 98 Red? Or 9? I'm trying to remember right now. But I mean, when you have a brother and they're into a thing that's cool, you're gonna want the cool thing too. What was even the concept of money? Because I had money to spend on a Game Boy. Like, where did I get that? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. So I had that. N64 eventually came. Then the GameCube. Then the PS2. Never had a PS1, but I do love the PS1. I would say the PS1 is my second favorite console to collect for. First is Game Boy Advance. Then PS2. And then I don't know what's number 3. Like, GameCube is... I probably like the GameCube more than the PS2, but the PS2 is more interesting to collect for because there's so many games on it. It's like a better console, but I got a lot of nostalgia for the GameCube. And the games look better on the GameCube too. Like, the GameCube is stronger than the PS2, but you can't beat that library. It's a bananas library. Switch 2 physical media is already dead. Yeah, I bought a Switch 2 and I still only have 2 games because of the game card thing. Thought I was going to get a job as an exterminator because I was so good at the minigame. Yeah. I'm so old. My first system was a SNES. I still have it. Do I still have mine? I think I do. I don't remember selling a SNES. The only time I sold a SNES was when I found one at a garage sale. And I just had so much stuff in the car that I just went to a game store and sold it. I think I have 2 Super Nintendos for some reason. I did pick up an NES not that long ago, but I don't have the cords for it, so I can't try it out. It was just a garage sale pickup. I just asked, like, do you have any old video games? And she brought out an NES, but no games with it. And she told me she would call me, and of course never did. I think what happens is, like, she found out, like, her stuff was worth more than what she offered to sell it for me for. And then she didn't want to sell it to me. So she either kept it or she sold it on eBay or something, which I get, but I do hate that, you know? I think her mom made her do it. It was like an older lady and her mom. And the mom definitely seemed like she wanted to get as much money as possible while they were garage selling, so, you know, I gotta buy some cords for that. But still, I got it for like $10. That's clutch. It looked good. Like, it doesn't look broken. Yeah, I was gonna buy Kirby, but I might wait for it to go on sale just because of my trip. I don't want to spend $70 right now, you know? I am so dumb, though. I spent $10 on the Fortnite Battle Pass. I don't even play Fortnite, but I just wanted to play The Simpsons in Fortnite. So I actually bought a Battle Pass. And I'm playing Fortnite now, just for fun. But besides that, I'm being good. I remember begging my parents for a Game Boy so I could play Pokemon. I don't remember begging. I probably did beg. I was a bit of a shit as a kid. Switch 2 only had a small amount of third-party games on the card. I think a lot of first-party is still... All the first-party are on the card. Most of the third-party is not. Also, is this music too loud? I feel like it's a little loud. I'm gonna lower it. I don't want to, like, yell over it. Don't even get started on how Xbox games are all download. Yeah, I don't even have an Xbox. I remember when I wanted to play Demon Souls on the PS5, you put the disc in the PS5, and then it makes you download like 50 gigs anyway. It's like, what's the point of this disc? You know? People make such a stink about like a game key card thing for Switch 2, which they should. But then, like, kind of Sony gets a pass, even though it's, like, literally the same thing sometimes, like the Demon Souls remake and Final Fantasy Rebirth. Like, you have to install so much before you can even play them, to the point where the discs are useless. So it's like, what's the point? Why don't they get more shit for it? They're putting it on Blu-rays and they can't fit it in. Just put another disc. Like, there's even 2 discs for Final Fantasy, but one's just an install disc. So you, I guess, only have to put in 1 disc for the whole experience once you're done installing. But it's just like, it still rubs me the wrong way. If you like retro games, last time I was in Japan, I bought a Super Famicom and a bunch of games for under 10,000 yen. I was thinking one of the things I would like to look out for are like boxed Super Nintendo games. Because the boxed Super Famicom games. Because the Super Nintendo box games, way too expensive. But I think a lot of them are way cheaper in Japan, and the box art is better. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be on the lookout for some, like, Goemon stuff. I love the Goemon series. I should write that down, too. I'm going to forget. Probably, like, as far as video games go, if I see anything weird for Xenoblade, Xenosaga, Xenogears, I will likely pick it up. Metroid stuff, Donkey Kong stuff. But probably not Mega Man. I got to cut somewhere. I have a lot of Mega Man stuff. One Fest is at Momocon. Momocon is Midwest. It's Georgia. Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. Which is not... That's not tech... No, it's not fucking East Coast. I would have to fly to it. I think it's like 11 hours drive, something like that, for me. Thoughts on the latest Pokemon game? It looks fun. I didn't play it. I, again, didn't want to spend $70 while I was planning a trip. But it looks like a decent time, you know. I commend them for trying something a little different with the battling. I think the DLC is kind of messed up because it's coming out in a month, which means that shit was done and it's $30, so the game is technically $100, which is not worth it for a Pokemon game in my opinion. And it's also like a roguelike. Just like the Donkey Kong one. But the Donkey Kong one is worse. I feel like there's even less in the Donkey Kong one, and that was $20. So a little bit cheaper, but that was like just a little mini game. So honestly, even though I love Donkey Kong way more, I feel like that was a more egregious example of DLC. Like post-launch, shortly after the game is released DLC. But yeah, I'll play the Pokemon game eventually. I just don't know when I'll pick it up. You forget the online verification. Even if you have a PS5 disc, you still need internet verification. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't have a PS5. I was just playing it at a friend's house. So I don't really know how it works. But yeah, that's pretty shit. I mean, that's kind of the same thing with game key cards, right? Because you got to go online to install it. It's all bullshit. That's why older games are better. Just buy them new digitally, I guess. Saving me money. Like, I'm not buying a lot of games anymore because of this. I did buy Stray Children, and I have not played it yet. Stray Children being like a... I don't know if it's a sequel to Moon, but it's made by the same team, and I love Moon. Moon Remix RPG Adventure, which I sometimes talk about on this channel. Which was a PS1 game, but they actually, like, translated it for the US in it was like 2000, it was either like 19 or 20, something like that. And then like 5 years later, we got Stray Children. And it seems good. Seems like hard. I hear it's like very cryptic. But, you know, I haven't had time. I wanted to stream it. Maybe on Twitch. I don't know. But I wasn't going to... I didn't want to play it on my own time because a lot of my friends are into it as well. And I was going to stream it and like have my POV. So you might see me stream that at some point, but that would be on the Twitch instead. The reason a lot of game downloads is because games struggle to run entirely from code off a disk, but usually still on the disk. It was a big issue for developers on the PS3. I feel like I read that weird. Off a disk, but usually still on the disk. I mean, I know developing on the PS3 was annoying. I would imagine things have gotten a lot better since then. I know the PS4 definitely made things better in that regard. I don't know about the PS5. I mean, I understand, like, why a company would do it sometimes. I think the Switch 2 situation is just because, like, the cards themselves cost too much, so none of these companies want to do it. And apparently, you can only get, like, a 64 gigabyte cart. Like, that's the lowest one, which is stupid if true, which means, like, everything that Square Enix puts out, no matter how big, is going to be a game key card. All these little indie games... probably gonna be a game key card, except like Yooka-Laylee isn't and Hades isn't, so it's just like some games don't, and they're not even like $70 or like $50. It's just like, how are they doing this? I don't know. It's weird. Would you buy a sealed game for investments? I mean, if I saw it for way under, yes, but like I don't know if I really like believe in video games going up and up and up and up to the point where it's like actually going to make me something in the long term. I think the bubble has slightly burst in terms of like that kind of like even the graded market is not what it used to be for video games. But yeah, I don't, if I'm gonna like speculate and gamble, I'm gonna do it with cards. Cards just make sense, and cards move so fast, and they've proven to just shoot up. Games can randomly just go down, you know? Like, you could have the 1,000-Year Door, Paper Mario, right? That was like $100 and something on the GameCube. Now it's like $60 because they put it on the Switch, and it's not like a digital download only, like it's an actual cartridge. And while the GameCube version has a little bit of advantages with the frame rate, for most people that don't care and it's about accessibility, so something like that just goes down. Because that game was never rare, it was just desirable, you know what I mean? Some games, though, they will just keep their value because they truly are just very obscure. So maybe one of those you would keep sealed. But I would rather just, like, crack a pack. And, like, if I find something, seal it up. Like, put it in one of those things and send it off, maybe. I don't know. If I, like, got one of those Umbreons or something, then I would likely send that off and get it graded and see what I get. Because... I mean, it's crazy money, right? Like, I don't like collecting for the idea of selling down the line, but if people are willing to spend thousands on a card and I have that card, yeah, I'm probably going to sell it. But maybe I'm only saying that because I don't have the attachment to these Pokemon or the cards. I'm not like a Pokemon guy. Even though I do like Pokemon, I'm just not like addicted like everybody else is these days. How was Xenosaga? Did you enjoy that 50-minute cutscene in episode 1? Yes. If anything, I missed the cutscenes from 1 when I was playing 3. Even though 3 is a better game, I hated the stilted cutscenes that game has, where it's just like text, character portraits on both sides, and they're just standing there. It's like, I get it, but it's just so much less engaging. I think... every single cutscene in Xenosaga being this FMV and like everybody's like actually talking and you can't skip any dialogue because they're just little movies playing out is like pretty ambitious. Like every fucking moment is actually like a cutscene, and they're actually animated, even if it's not like amazing animation, like you could tell like this was actually something that they were very serious about and wanted it to be a success. And then you go to 2, and it's a fucking mess. 2 is such a weird game. I don't even hate 2, but it is a mess. Just because like the game is way too hard. The combat is fun, but just so tedious, and it's only like really good during boss fights. And then the music is so weird because they got like 2 different composers or something. Like one for the battles and the like environments, and then one for the cutscenes. Actually, let me play one of those songs for you. Xenosaga. What was it? Fatal Fights? I would love to play the like good version of this song. I feel like it might get claimed. Oh, would this get actually? This might get claimed. I don't know. It's because this is Yuki Kajiura. I don't know if I said their name right. But this singer, or I guess musician, whatever. You know them because they're in like Madoka. They're in what else are they in? Fate. They're like in Fate all the time. You know the songs, like whenever that lady goes da 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 and like Madoka, that song, right? Like she's singing that, and you know she is in Xenosaga 2 and 3. Fatal Fight is one of Kajura's best work. That's what I'm saying. It's so fucking good, and I'm just wondering if I could. I can sure if I get you know what, fuck it. If I get striked for this, I'm gonna be mad. Which one do I want to click? Because there's like a bunch. There's Fatal Fight in 2. There's Fatal Fight in 3. But then, like, the best version is called the Image Theme of Xenosaga 2. And I don't know why it's called that. And I it's so stupid. But, yeah, I'll play the Xenosaga 2 version first. I think it's pretty good. I was thinking about it. I don't want to commit to it, but I was thinking about doing like a halfway pre-order roundup where I only talk about like the scale figures I genuinely think are worth talking about. Like, not trying to grab it all, just like 40-ish or something of like the recently put up figures that caught my eye. Not even necessarily like what I'm into, just like the big stuff, the interesting stuff. Even if I don't like it, if I have something to say about it, maybe I would talk about it. I was thinking of recording something like that, but, you know, honestly, since I've been on break from those videos, it's been hard to, like, get back into it because there's such a commitment. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Where was I? Fatal Fight, yes. Yeah, one of her best works. Handheld emulators nowadays are pretty cool, too. Like, all the, like, the ones that come out of, like, China. Like, the I don't know, what do you call them? Like, the fake consoles? I don't know. But yeah, I have one of those. I think I have a Retroid Flip 2. Is that what it's called? My friend bought it for me. It was actually a gift. That's how I played Xenosaga 1 and 2. I played 3 on the computer because I wanted the big screen experience, but it was a good time, you know? I try and play on that thing a lot. I'm going to take it on my flight. It's going to save me because I could put a lot of games on it. I'm not going to bring my Switch. I don't really have anything I want to play on my Switch. But yeah. Do you tune into VTubers? A little bit. If Corona is doing something I like, I'll tune in a little bit. And I like Minto, and Limes. I don't really watch too many VTubers. I consume clips, you know? But I don't really have the, I don't have the time. I'm not really a stream guy either. I'm more of a flesh tuber guy, I guess. I watch more flesh tubers because that's just what I've usually been doing. But I'm expanding a little bit. I just don't have like a wide pool of like people I will lock in and sit down with if, you know, they're streaming. But yeah, I got a couple. How to clean figures. A whole video on that. It's just about making something interesting, I guess, you know? If I can think of a way and, like, enough tips, then yeah, maybe I'll do that. It'd be cool if you did a video just yapping about your dream figures, like figures that don't exist but would be, like, perfect. Did I make something like that? I don't know. I think I answered, like, a question about that one time. I guess I never made a video like that. But yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of a new Mint Phantom fan. I only like recently started watching her stuff, but I really like her. Very entertaining. What is Wonder Festival? It's a expo, not an expo. What would you call it? It's just like an event held in Japan where all these companies, like, you know, big companies, small like circles, they bring their figures to show off like the new figures that are coming out soon in Japan. What these companies are working on. China does it now too. I think it's mainly just them, right? So it's basically a showcase of like the companies, you know, if you're a collector, what's coming up, like new, showing off for the first time, whether it's a brand new figure or a figure is just prototype or it's painted now. And then on the garage kit side, much smaller circles or individuals, their work, and they sell them there. You usually, like, you know, a good smile, you're not buying stuff at One Fest from them. I think you can, like, sometimes there's, like, event exclusives, but for the most part, the big things are showing off. It's just to show off. Think, like, E3 back in the day, or the Game Fest or whatever. Summer Game Fest, rather. Right, it's just, like, a showcase of new things, but in this case, it's for new figures. And, yeah, they're bringing it to the U.S., like, officially. And I'm curious what this is going to be, what it's going to look like. Why gacha characters are so common in figure announcements? Because they got the monopoly on everybody. Like, everybody likes that shit. Gacha games are designed to just, like, drain your wallets, right? Like, they kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? They, like... It is kind of predatory in a way. Like, they look for people who are a little bit obsessive and who really want these characters, who really love them, and they design characters to be as appealing as possible, right? And when you can just like keep adding and adding characters to your universe, there's just like a never-ending well, right? So they can just keep making them. And eventually some of these characters are going to hit. So, you know, Blue Archive, Nikkei, Azur Lane, when a lot of them are making these characters that are, you know, pretty like sexy and voluptuous, and they just work in this like Bishoujo-centric hobby, then those are going to become popular, you know? As popular as something like, I don't know, it's what's like a popular anime? Even like Demon Slayer. There's going to be an end point to Demon Slayer, right? And it ended, right? They can't just keep adding characters to Demon Slayer, but Nikkei could be like, hey, we're just adding this like crazy hot character, and you're going to love her, and then all of a sudden, like, that's just going to keep getting figures of that one out of like 100 characters. So it's just too popular. I don't get, though, when there's just like Azur Lane and everybody knows all of those figures bin, so nobody buys them, then they still keep making them. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? I don't get it. I just really don't get it. Yeah, except Genshin. Genshin doesn't get shit. They hate Genshin. I'm sure the licenses are cheap, too. And then they make deals. Like, you know fucking Good Smile has, like, a crazy good deal with Blue Archive. They are, like, the company making them, you know? Alter probably has a deal with Azur Lane. Like, the, not exclusive rights, but, like, just so they don't have to keep going back to them. They probably just have this, like, very big contract of, like, hey, we're going to keep making figures for you, make the licensing fees a little bit cheaper for us, and we're going to produce some banger shit. And then it just becomes like a lovely partnership, you know? Guilty Gear only makes Bridget figures now. I mean, it's kind of slowing down a little bit. See, my problem now is I actually like an IP that's a gacha game, and that's Uma Musume, but I don't even play it. I just watch it. But, like, I'm already getting sucked in a little bit. And I don't really mind that. It's kind of nice to be part of, like, a popular, I guess, franchise that's in this hobby. Because for so long, I'm just doing my own thing, you know? I don't open Azur Lane like, I did once. And Blue Archive, I did twice. Nikkei, never. I don't have one yet. But, Uma Musume, it's now popping off globally, so I can actually get into it and talk about it and, you know, maybe that I'll communicate and, you know, connect with more people because I'll be talking about stuff they care about too. Instead of whatever I'm into. You know, like only so many people care about Shenko from Darkstalkers back in 1994 or whatever that game came out in, you know? Nothing wrong with not playing Uma. No, I know. But it's just like I guess I don't have that same, like people who are really into Uma Musume clearly play it. And there's just so much more attached, and they're just so much more obsessed than I am. So I almost feel like a fake fan, right? And I know I'm not a fake fan. I'm just not the same level of fan as some other people. But I can still, you know, enjoy it. I can still talk about it. And I'm gonna. As a huge Arknights fan, I have been looking at the Arknight figures, but those are like 50-50, some bins, some holds, and very occasionally they spike, but it's not common. They probably performs best, but it's not common. They probably performs best for gacha. Yeah, I don't know what you just said. I feel like I'm struggling to read that, but I kind of get what you're saying. It's just like. It's just, there's no clear pattern for Arknights. Maybe it just depends on the character, maybe it just depends on the company making it. Ultimately, it does just depend on, you know, supply and demand. Do people really want this character, and how much of this character is out there right now? Even, like, a rare figure can just become way less desirable if something better comes down the line of the same character. You know? Because people just move on. A lot of people don't want every good a figure of a good character or like their favorite character. They just want like one, the best one. So like even with something like Kurisu, with that Reading Steiner figure, something even better came out than that one, that figure might not hold its value anymore. I don't know if it's going to keep holding the same value because it did get a re-release, but that does kind of make sense. It's like, well, if everybody's kind of letting go of this one, then maybe that's not the rare figure anymore, and the new one's the rare figure. That doesn't really happen with, like, other collectibles, though, outside of, like, the video game thing where the same game gets re-released, like, way down the line, and that can affect the aftermarket, you know? Have you been sucked into IRL Uma Musume horse rabbit hole yet? Like slightly. I've, like, watched some races just for fun, and, like, the cute, like, horses that get posted on Twitter, and like, it's the same, like, horse, you know, I'll like, click the links, and I'll follow it and stuff like that, but not to a crazy degree. Didn't, like, a really good Arknights figure just go up for pre-order? Yeah, I don't remember her name. Where was it? It was made by Mythos. Yeah, it was this one. Just a humongous explosion. And, like, I think there's, like, guns coming out of this, yeah, like, all of these gray guns or brownish guns. Which I don't know if those are supposed to be that color. That's interesting, though. She has a really cute face. It almost feels a bit like a mismatch for what's going on. But, I mean, that's a beautiful base. Even just the staircase is like, damn. There's so many nice flowers on this, like, marble staircase. I didn't even notice that, like, is that supposed to be like a wind effect, or is the ground getting smashed? What's going on down there? Oh, there's, like, blades down here. What is going on? Is she summoning them? This is crazy. This is actually a crazy figure. It's like 40,000 yen, so I guess it better be. But, damn. Arknights does get probably the best gacha figures. And I kind of like that it's modest and not, like, the horniest thing ever compared to some of the other gacha games. That might be why I also like Uma Musume. It's more earnest in what it's trying to do. Instead of just, like, you know, this is for gooners, and you love boobs, right? So you're gonna love these characters. And I'm being a little dishonest because, like, I hear Nikkei and, like, Blue Archive have very good stories, but I think a lot of people who get into it is really just because of the sexy character designs. And I think when I see a lot of the Arknights characters are going more for cool, and I think Uma Musume also does that. Uma Musume, I feel like if I say that wrong, I slur it. Uma Musume goes for cool and cutes, right? Like, that's the balance. Pretty, like, reserved as far as, like, the horniness goes in that series. I don't know if it's the exact same for Arknights, and really it's not a bad thing if your game is, like, super horny. But I do appreciate that not every single gacha game is the exact same thing, so it's cool. And this figure is just, like, a stunner. It's so literally bombastic. Like, I didn't even, like, register this, like, yellow effect piece behind her with the gun smoke, you know? It's like a splash. It's cool. There are some fandoms that are too difficult to get into. Like, becoming a fan, like a big fan with everybody else. Considering the quality, the price isn't so bad. I agree. It's a 1/7 too, right? Yeah. Probably a lot to ship, but probably worth it at the same time. Buy for the base. Character's a bonus. I think she's actually pretty dang, like, attractive, you know? Like, a good character design. I just wish... this feels very splash art. I guess that's intentional. But it does just look like... There's, like, popped up on the screen. This isn't really, like, a thing that's happening right now. Just, like, to advertise the character. Just, like, literally what is happening, you know? This doesn't feel like a scenario playing out. It feels like they're trying to introduce this girl in a very cool way. So it, like, takes me out a little bit, but clearly they got this, like, the A-listers on board for this. Are you getting the new Hitagi? I want to, but I didn't pre-order it. I will be looking out for that when it comes out. But, not yet. I feel like Mythos also has not made a figure this nice in a while. I don't know if I'm just, like, not looking at their stuff lately. But I just feel like everything they put out is budget, which is cool. But they used to, like, exclusively make very extravagant figures, and it kind of felt like they slowed down a little bit. This one I never saw before. Honkai 3rd Kiana, which I think this one's alright. It's an underwater figure. It's cute. A lot going on with this base too. I think the colors of her, like, dress kind of, I don't know, they don't stand out enough for me, I guess. But I think that's kind of intentional. The inside of the dress is like the reflection of the water. Like if the sun was beaming down on it, that's cool. I guess I don't really feel too much about this one, but it does look impressive, just in a different way. I don't think I would really want to spend 26 on it, but it doesn't seem like that's not justified here. It's just my personal opinion. 3 figures I'm looking forward to. Let's look. I mean, my #1 figure that I haven't actually pre-ordered yet is this Motoko Kusanagi. This is the coolest thing that's coming out by far. This is so awesome. So this is what the artwork is. This is the cover of the first volume of the manga for Ghost in the Shell. And this is what the figure looks like. It's pretty damn close, right? It feels very authentic and true to the art style of the original manga. And it just has this, like, this like 90s, is this 80s or 90s? I forget when Ghost in the Shell. I think it's 90s, right? This 90s aesthetic that is very pleasing to me. It's unique because she's, like, on this freaking panel. The, like, computer chip is very neat. And if you look at the back of the, like, her back, it's like, damn, what is going on back there? Like, holy fuck. That is a lot of, like, mechanical detail. All the wires running from her body into this, like, computer as well. And this, like, aurora coloring of her hair and boots is so unique. And honestly, I like her pink nails. Those are on the manga cover too. But I don't know, they stand out a lot because everything's just, like, I don't know, gritty and realistic, and then it's just like blue hair, pink nails. it just stands out so much. I'm trying to click the images, but they're not loading. I think the servers are, like, literally dying as I'm talking. So I'm gonna go here, and we'll find it here. I just need to pre-order her. So, and her pre-order window closes kind of soon, but I just don't want to overspend, you know, with the tariffs. I just don't want to overspend right now. Like, I don't know how you can't, like, you see this and you don't like it, I think you're crazy. The only thing I don't like is the silver part that keeps the figure up. I think they could have gotten a little bit more inventive with this. It looks, you know, like, scratched up here in this photo, I guess, which helps. But it does look kind of flat in some other photos, so I guess depending on how the light bounces off of it. It just looks, I don't know, a little phoned in, I guess. It doesn't really fit the whole vibe and becomes a little bit less, I don't know, artistic. It like misses the mark a little bit. It just kind of clashes, in my opinion. But small nitpick, considering the main portion of the figure is so enthralling to me. So that's one. What do you think is the craziest figure to bin in your time collecting, given which characters are popular and the quality of the figure? That's a good question. I think I would have to think about that a little bit. I'm going to come back to that. Is this site working again? Okay, it is working. Let me go through my, like, top 3 I guess I'm looking forward to. Oh, this site's just going so slow. Because I would have to think, like, was there anything that I bought that surprised me? I did buy, like, a plus 18 figure that surprised me that had been, but that's not, like, a... that's not a discussion. That was just, like, an unfortunate scenario. Ah, man. I know, like... The thing is, like, a lot of the time the figure bins is just because, like, it comes out again, you know? Like, I remember Asuna from Blue Archive was very expensive, or at least went up and held her value, and now she is, like, so cheap. Unless things changed again, but I'm pretty sure if there's a pre-owned, yeah, it's 10,000. That is so goddamn cheap. This is like a 20-something thousand yen figure, by the way. 25? All the way down at 10? Let me tell you, if you like Blue Archive, this is a banger figure. It just, like, the box is so big. And this is heavy, too. So, like, shipping's a lot. Ship her by boat if you can. If you want to import her. But it's just the gacha curse, I guess. I don't know. And the re-release curse. The biking from Union Creative hurt to see. Yeah, but I think it's just Union Creative kind of is mid. Not to hate, but I do kind of hate a little bit. It kind of helps me if I ever want to pick that up. But I chose not to buy it because I figured it might been. Because Union Creative is just weird, and I don't know, it just doesn't really... Man, I wish I could use this site. I can't look at my things right now. So what else did I pre-order lately? Like, what's on my pre-order list that I actually want to... Like, Kiryu comes out soon. I think that looks as advertised. He's out, but, like, I bought him from the US store, so I don't have him yet. And I already unboxed Shenko, so I guess I can't count that. You guys haven't seen that yet. So what else? Taiga's coming out. I'm not, like, deathly excited for that. That's a weird way to phrase that. I'm not, like, insanely excited for it right now, but... Because I have so many Taigas, and it's not, like, my favorite design of her either, but... I might even say the Black Rock Shooter. As far as, like, figures I have pre-ordered. I think this figure is... If this actually delivers, this is, like, one of the most underrated figures right now. Like, easily. People are sleeping on this shit so hard, and it's because the inexhaustible version binned because it sucked. It was pretty... It was kind of ugly. Like, it didn't look as good as the promo photos. So deservingly, it went down in price quite a bit. And that made this figure not as exciting for people because, one, there's a little bit of Black Rock Shooter fatigue, and two, people didn't want to get bit again by buying something, you know, really expensive, and then seeing it not turn out as good, and then having it drop to half the price. So, but yeah, I mean, look at this fucking thing. Like, the arm and leg shattering is so visually striking. It is so impactful. For me, I love looking at this because when you don't see stuff like this, and even the way, like, the flames are working on the figure, there's, like, some that are a bit more opaque, some that are a bit more translucent. I'm not, like, fully convinced on this, like, wing or whatever it's supposed to be that's, like, jutting into the back. It looks like it has some kind of texture to it, but yeah, I need to see more of that when it's actually done and whatnot. But she just looks cool. She's always had this, like, really nice, slender but striking silhouette. There's, like, so much wind blowing through the figure, but really it is just, like, the nice paint, the unique idea, and the commitment to this, like, falling apart theming. That's just like, man, I want to see this. I want this to be good. And I've never picked up a figure of her. So I've always wanted to. So this was the one I pre-ordered. And it's annoying because it's, like, just a little bit too big for a Detolf shelf. And the plan was to put her with the other Black Rock Shooter figures I have. And I can't do that. So I gotta, like, figure this out. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a banger. It could fail. You know, some figures come out and they're not good. But I took the chance on it. I hope it's as good as it looks. I think because this one is a bigger scale than the previous one, and there's less emphasis on the base, like this figure, the Inexhaustible, which was the one that, you know, people were upset about. I think this just has much more potential and looks more promising. Because even in this photo, you could see that Black Rock Shooter isn't really the focal point. Like, she's the main, like, she's the character, so you're gonna look at her first, but the base is as big, if not bigger than her. So they have to, like, put a lot of work into that, make sure that looks good. I think this, like, energy crystallized beam also lights up. Could be wrong about that. But, you know, the base here, it's not immediately grabbing your attention. Like, they need to make Black Rock Shooter look amazing, right? And she is 1/7, so she's just bigger. I think I'm in good hands here. They probably learned what they needed to from this one. So, yeah, I'll put that at number 2. And I don't know if this is going to load. You know what I'm really excited about? I'm not, like, convinced this will be good. But, boy howdy, this figure is so convincing in the sense of, like, is Fat Company actually cooking? Are they actually a good company? Because why are they making the best Uma Musume figure? This is so cool. And they've actually, like, gone the extra mile to get this, like, characteristic down to, like, a sign. Like, it's so perfect. And they even did a good job with Tamino Cross, who's, like, just as nice looking, but because she doesn't have, like, I guess as much going on with her design, it doesn't immediately look as good. But, like, again, like, this is, like, the fiery spirits of Tamino Cross, the confidence that you see, that she exudes when she is on screen. Look at her canines. How many times do you see girls with these, like, these anime girls with these fucking sharp-ass teeth making this wide-ass grin? Like, you don't get that. There is such a, like, a failing. I kind of want to make a whole video about this, but there's such a failing in the industry when it comes to expressiveness in these characters. Like, it's such a safe bet to just make the character cute, make them pretty. But it's just like a smile, you know? Or like a slightly shocked expression or something. And it's like, yeah, it works. Because we like these characters. They are attractive. They're pretty. And yeah, I like them that way, right? But, you know, if they made something boring like that for Tamino Cross, who the fuck would want that, you know? And especially when this show has such a, like, just like an awesome art style. It just has this, like, edginess to it, like a little bit of grit. And to actually commit to making the characters look like they do in the show, it's commendable. Now, I think Fat Company's gonna fall a little bit. I don't think this is gonna look as nice as, you know, these photos do, because there's usually a bit of quality control issues with their figures. But, I mean, I just bought a figure of her, and I already want this one. Like, look how good this fucking photo looks. Her hair is all, like, layered, and the fucking wind flowing through it, and the blues are so dark. I really like how dark the blues are. I don't know why. It just looks amazing. And again, she just looks so confident. And it just reminds me of how good the show is. So, it's just, this has to be. I haven't even pre-ordered this. So, it's because, again, the tariffs, it makes me not want to pre-order things. But genuinely, this makes me think other companies aren't trying hard enough. But really just with, like, the faces. She's got a nice tummy. Like, her like, hair isn't as crazy. Her outfit doesn't, like, impress me as much. But the face and the tummy, they got her down. They got the important parts down. But, like, this... Hold on. There's a photo of both of them together. I don't think this is really a 27,000 yen figure. Where's the photo? Yeah, because she's kind of short. Like, she's supposed to be. But, I don't know. Like, even... Oguri being like 28, that's a lot, right? But I kind of feel it a little bit. I don't think Tamino Cross, she should be like 24 or something. I know Fat Company overprices all their stuff though. Like, I was never planning to get a Tamino Cross figure, but these promo photos make me want one. Like, well, this one. It makes me want this one. I almost want to just pre-order it at AmiAmi just to have that safety net, and then just cancel it, I guess, if I can't afford it or something, or I don't want it anymore. But, man, Christmas Eve, gotta remember. Anyway, that was a rant. I think I've spurged out a little bit there. Hi, Zuko, just dropping by to say hello, then I'm heading to Shinjuku. That's cool as fuck. I'm going to Japan soon, too. But clearly not when you're there. Have fun. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm a big fan of the Idolmaster Fat Company figures. I would need you to show me which ones. But I bet they made some good stuff. Like, I don't... The thing about Fat Company is they actually do make good sculpts. It's just like when the figure comes out, there's always like... there's always like a bit of like roughness and just like sloppiness to the paint and the sculpting, like a little bit. Like here and there, you'll look at it and be like, oh, that looks like it could have been, you know, smoothed down a little bit, or they got paint somewhere where it shouldn't be. It just, like, they ask for premium prices, but then don't put in the quality control that they need to, that like Alter would for this exact same price. Like even if Alter made a figure like this, it wouldn't even cost this much. Like they're making, what's her name? Agnes Tachyon. And I don't think she's 27,000 yen. I think she's a little bit less. And her design, I think there's like as much going on with it. Yeah, she was 22. And that's before a discount, if there is a discount somewhere. Now I don't think this one is as striking, like visually. It's just, you know, Agnes Tachyon as we know her. But, yeah, you know, if we're talking about like amount of plastic put into this figure, it's pretty similar, right? Because of the coat and all the vials around her waist. It's comparable at the very least. I will say I don't like the color of her base, just as a side note. But, you know, not a big issue or anything. But yeah, I don't think Alter would charge this price, or that, like, the price for Tamino Cross, if they were making it, I don't think it would be 27 from them. I think it would be like 23. Thoughts on Momoka Alter figure? I gotta bring it up. Momoka Alter. Site is so slow. I got like a hiccup, excuse me. I forgot about this. I want this. But there's too many things coming out. I don't know if I'll actually buy this, but she's my favorite character from Girls Band Cry. And it has to be this pose. If it's this pose, they'll probably have me. So we'll add that to wish list. But if they change it at all, they're gonna lose me. It needs to be the hand stretching the mouse, tongue sticking out, with the baggy, slightly baggy coat and the guitar around her neck. It has to be. If they change this, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh yeah, I did put Tamino in the thumbnail today. I forgot I did that. She's a good-looking figure. A cool-ass character, too. Fats Chiaki from Danganronpa had quality control issues on every release. Yeah, I've seen that one in person. I don't have it. That was something that my ex collected. She was into Danganronpa. I was too. But when we collected together, it didn't make sense to buy the same characters twice. Very, very few examples of us buying the same thing twice. So it was just like, all right, get the Danganronpa figures. And now that, you know, we're separated, I don't need Danganronpa stuff. But I did put them together, her, Chiaki, and Kirigiri. And man, that Kirigiri figure was so annoying and like frustrating to put together. I think after like a lot of time, because it was just in its box forever, the hair warped to a point where it just wouldn't like slot into the desk correctly. It wouldn't rest on it or something. And I spent like an hour trying to put this figure together without breaking something. It was very annoying. And then you look at it up close and it's like, it's kind of sloppy. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would. But yeah, I'm getting hungry. I'm a bit peckish all of a sudden. I guess it is like almost 7:30. We'll see how the night goes. Nina, also from Girls Band Cry. What does that one look like? It's not this one. Is it this one? No, that's Toei. I don't like this one, but I know that's not the one. Is it this one? Okay. It's cute. I guess I don't think it's like her best design. I mean, I like the slightly goofy posing. I like the outfit, but as like a scale figure, like I like this outfit on her, but like as a figure, I don't think it's that like interesting. It's pretty simplistic. I like her boots. Yeah, I like her slightly baggy socks. As long as this is cheap, it's fine. Like this should be like a 13,000 yen figure, right? Like this doesn't look expensive. What am I listening to? This sounds horrible. Hold up, we gotta change. I don't know what I should click. Alright, sure. Super Mario. Cult music. True. I'm just looking at my sound waves. Okay, that's pretty quiet. Did you notice that there are more companies making 1/4 scales? Yeah, Alter's making like 1/5. Kotobukiya is making 1/4. Who else was doing it? Hobby Soccer has been doing it for a while. I mean, there's a market for it. I don't know why it was only Freeing doing it. And I think now that other companies are doing it, it's also putting pressure on Freeing to lower their prices. Because they're gonna lose the competition, man. I mean, they are still only really making bunnies and the occasional, you know, normal character just big. Excuse me. But other companies are doing better than them. Other companies are making more promising stuff. You know? And if they go out, you know, I'm not gonna be surprised. I don't really collect Freeing, so I'm not gonna feel too bad about it. But, you know, I don't want any companies to shut down, because that would suck. But, you know, now they're making 1/3 scale. It's like, well, I guess we can't be unique by making 1/4, so let's make 1/3 scales now. So now we got a giant C2 from Code Geass, and it's like 66,000 yen. It looks good, though. I think it looks good. I don't know. I don't think it looks as good as the 1/4 scale, though. The pose on the 1/4 scale, that's like a dream for CC fans. He's like presenting her whole ass to you. Like that, you can't beat that, you know? I like the concept of the fat company Chiaki or Chika. Chica. Sorry, I can't now I can't read. But everything else I've seen on the figure, it doesn't live up to what it was going for, not even close. I'm trying to think of what my last fat company figure even was. 1/3 Yami and Momo as well, yeah. I don't know if they made anything else. I think they're making a Rias Gremory 1/3. I feel like I saw that. Hold on, let me sort by company. You could do that. Do I have anything from Fat Company? Yeah, they got Nihon Velcom. Plex. Oh, I have 2 Figma. I'm not in this conversation, I guess. That's all I got. My bad. I guess. How do I not have a Fat Company scale figure? What the fuck? I know I've like, I must have had one and sold it. I just don't remember what it is. Nah, yeah, 1/4s are too big for most people. They're just, you know, they're exciting. They're the character you like, but big. It makes sense to want to go for them first, but then you buy too many and then it just becomes too much to handle, you know? Big stuff has to be reserved for your, like, absolute favorite content, media, franchises, whatever. None of this, like, seasonal stuff. That's where you're going to regret it the most. You got to make sure it's what is special to you. Or you're rich and you don't have to worry about anything I'm saying. You just buy whatever you want. There you go. Their name is actually Fatism now, which is even worse than Fat... I mean, Fat Company's fine, but Fatism is stupid. Was it Fat or Golden Head? Man, maybe you're right. Actually, I don't want to type Ria's Gremory into the search bar. Because you got nude figures. Let's go to Freeing. That's free. Okay, hold on. Are they producing these? God damn it. I mean, okay. I got a Taiga, and we click that. We go here. So what's, we gotta just look around, right? These are 1/4s. Oh yeah, they're making a big, Tokai Teo. I forgot about that. No. Was it only the 3? I swear they made like another 1/3. This girl? No. If you like only commit to 1/4 scales, it's doable. If you get rid of the boxes too, it's very doable. I don't know. Oh, they're making a figure of her. I forgot. Oh, it's a 1/6 skill. Did you guys see the other figure of Satoko? I don't even know if I want to show it. That shit funny. They're making the Figma of Pomni? I didn't know that. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was Golden Head. Is Golden Head one word or two? It's two. Okay. That's a cool logo. I like that logo. Yeah. Not the text sucks, but I like the little character. Oh, it's a 1/3/5. You were wrong, bro. We're in the middle. It's a 1/3/5. Sorry. Besides the Bumblebee colors, shit looks good. What are the red symbols? I think it's like not safe for work. Like this one. I think that's why they don't even show the preview of it. Because they might have like nudity. I'm using safe for work right now just because I'm streaming. So I didn't want to, you know, get caught looking at a boobie on YouTube. So yeah, that's definitely what it is. Because this girl, you could cast that one off. Would I get in trouble showing you guys this other... Does anybody know what I'm talking about? The 1/4 scale that they made for her? Not this one. The Nami. I don't think the Nami looks good. I don't think it looks like Nami. Where is this one? It's like, yeah, it's Nami because it's her bikini. That's her tattoo, her jewelry. But like... the face shape is wrong. Like, they have to just change it a little bit. It'd be fine if she just got like a little bit of remodeling, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of flat. It just, well, she's not flat, but the figure falls flat because they don't commit to Oda's art style enough. And it's not just eyes; it's also face shape and just, you know, proportions and whatnot. I mean, I guess her body's proportionally one piece enough, but I don't know. Face looks weird. Hair sculpt sucks. It looks basic, you know. It's aight. It's definitely not impressive. Dragon Ball waifu, she got 1/4. Dragon Ball don't get nothing. It gets prize figures because that's all Bandai wants to do. Prize figures and figure arts. I'm surprised Fring survived making the Kakegururi figure. That was certainly a figure. Dude, I am so, like... I was so tired of people trying to tell me that was a good figure. That this looked like her at all. I'm sorry, but it's Cope. It's actually Cope. That, like, if you have this, I'm probably offending you right now. But it is Cope if you think this is, like, a perfect representation of this character. This does not look like her. It doesn't look like her. It doesn't look like her at all. These other figures do so much better of a job, you know? That looks enough like her. This one, I think this might be the best one. I don't know how this turned out, actually. Maybe it sucks, but as far as a prototype goes, I mean, come on, you look at this. You look at that. Like, who is this? Who is this long-faced woman? I don't see it. I just don't see it. Now, they're not going for the same expression, so it's not a one-to-one thing, right? But one, you should want, like, a crazier side of her if you like her. Isn't that the whole point? Like, come on. I get it. She got big boobs, and she's sexy, but, like... And she big. But, like, that's not compelling enough. I'm sorry. Like, this is you see this everywhere you look. Whenever you're buying anime figures. It's everywhere. It's not exciting enough, you know? I can appreciate that she has like a casino bunny thing going on with the cards and the like little jacket or vest over the bunny suit, but it's not her. I'm sorry, it's just not her. I forget if they did a better job with this one of Mary. I'm just not like a Kakegururi guy, but I mean, it's the same suit. I still don't think her face looks great. I do think this is better. But I still don't really feel that strongly about it. Like, it doesn't offend me. I guess I just don't have the attachment to see, like, the genuine appeal of it. But, like, what's her best figure, actually? Let me keep looking. Oh, man, I don't like this one either. The duck mouth? Like, what is that? I don't know, man. Maybe that's why, like, companies don't try and be expressive. It's weird. Like, I kind of get what they're going for. It looks like some Zatch Bell shit. But, like, Zatch Bell's a goofy, cartoony comedy. And this is goofy, but, like, I don't think that's exactly what they're going for. Thoughts on Asuka and Rey, Good Smile Art Shanghai. What does that one look like? Shanghai. Hopefully this brings it up. This one? Oh, yeah, I forgot about these. They're pretty traditional. I do like this pose for Asuka. I think the Rey's a little boring, but it is in character, so no fault to her. I guess we have the artwork that it's based on. Man, imagine a figure with, like, an attempt to have this, like, coloring, you know? There's, like, no way they'll do this. This, like, blood red sky bouncing off of the outfits. That shit would be amazing. I just feel like I've seen this Rey figure, like, this look for Rey as a figure before. But I do like this Asuka art enough where, like, the figure does have an appeal for me. Like, I'm kind of out for Asuka because I already have the Parka one. And in that video I said I only really need one Asuka, so I'm pretty good on that. But yeah, I like this prototype. I think she should be, like, I don't know, leaning a little bit more. I guess I like the head tilt a little bit better here. The head tilt and the sway a little bit more convincing in the art than in the figure. It kind of, like, has a slight, ever so slight stiffness to it, but it's not painted, and I'll see how my opinion changes when it's done. Oh, you know what I should have had? A water bottle. I'm kind of parched. I mean, Asuka is just eternal. That's like, you know, like, waifu number one for most people, you know? Asuka Rey. That's waifu wars. Like, Patient Zero waifu wars. Like, they're gonna make them forever. You just gotta be happy with it. And if you're not happy with it, ignore it. But, you know, I think it's fine. I would, you know, I'm down with seeing, like, new Asukas and Reys. I like seeing them. I probably prefer this over, like, some other things. I get less fatigue from Eva than I do with, like, Azur Lane at this point. Like, when I open an events page and there's just, like, this 20 chunk section of Azur Lane, I kind of just, like, I crack my neck, I do a stretch, I'm like, all right, let's fucking get into this. It's just like, because I know I'm going to have nothing interesting to say. And it's just going to be the same thing I always say with all of them. And it's just like, it's very repetitive for me as somebody not invested in these characters to just, like, keep seeing this, like, I don't know, same body type over and over again, just, like, in a different outfit. And they're different characters, of course, because they have so many different ones to choose from. But they just blend in for me because, you know, when you don't have the investment and you keep seeing it over and over again, it just gets too repetitive, you know? It's oversaturated to a point where it affects my enjoyment of even seeing it. Even if objectively they look amazing, because you got, like, top dogs on board to make them, but I just don't care. I try my best to not let my biases out in my videos, but if we're being legitimate, when we see the massive Azur Lane, Nikkei, Blue Archive section back to back to back, I'm always kind of like, all right, this is going to drain me a little bit, so I better buckle up and get into it. But, you know, don't get it twisted. They're really, really good figures. It's only when I'm trying to talk about them in, like, a, you know, like again and again and again, and make sure the video's not, like, you know, going on for too long, and trying not to say the exact same thing over and over again. Because I'd be like, yeah, this figure looks nice. Oh, this girl looks nice. Oh, this one looks really nice. This one looks really good. It's just, I don't want to do that. So I have to like pause, think about it, try and look up something, like see something in the figure that stands out from the other ones and point it out for you guys, just so I feel like I'm doing some kind of commentary job. But, you know, it can be hard. It can be hard when they like all look the same. To me, they're all just like hyper focusing on just like how sexy they are, you know? If it's a swimsuit figure, it's just like, okay, this one's only covering 20% of her body compared to that one, which was 30%. So it's, you know, as a commentator of this stuff, it can become difficult. Maybe that's just me being bad at my job. If they don't have the inflated version. Saving so much money by not being interested in Azur Lane. Facts. I can just live vicariously through other people too. Tune into Ken Ken. He'll open them, you know. The most overhyped figure? It was probably that fucking Kakegururi figure. Fucking Yumeko. I mean, how many people? Nah, I guess it can't be. Okay, if I'm thinking overhyped and I'm trying to like piss off as many people as possible with my opinion, what would it be? I do think this figure is overhyped. I don't think it's as pretty as people say it is. I think conceptually it is gorgeous. I think like when you look at it up close and you see the paint and you see like the sculpting, it's not like, you know, blowing my mind. It looks good, but for like how many people have this and want this, I don't think it really, you know, warrants its just like legendary status. Maybe because I don't have it, I only see it through photos, I don't understand. But I just don't, I don't know, like, where's the shading in her hair? Like, there's no, it's just one color, you know what I mean? I also don't think it looks like Miku, like, at all, but that's just a company thing. That's just this artist who's designing her. So that's not a flaw. That's just my nitpick about it. Is it that nuclear? Does no one agree with me? I don't know. Yeah, that's a hot take. If you're gonna have a hot take, it should be hot, right? Like, it shouldn't be something that, like, you know, most of you are like, yeah, I agree. You should be like, what the fuck is he talking about? This guy's an idiot. But it's because it's a hot take, right? Like, it's supposed to be something that catches you off guard, you know? That's fake. Okay, that ain't real. Like, no, I'm not saying this isn't worth it or anything. It's a nice figure. I just don't think it's the best Miku figure that has ever come out. This has to be like one of the most ordered figures on this website. And I guess I just don't fully understand why. I guess, I don't know. Is there anything else in the hot section that I should, let me see. Oh. How do I go to, like, maybe I'll refresh this, hold on. Got tickets to the Miku Expo for Luca. I should go to that one day. Oh, this is database. Where do you go to, like, items on fire? Yeah, here we go. Strawberry Miku, I understand. Madoka, definitely understand. These definitely are not good enough to be number 6 and number 7. It's just Danganronpa being very popular. I mean, all of these are like solid for the time. Like, objectively, they like most of them earn their spot. Danganronpa definitely just crawls up because it's Danganronpa. Though I think this Celestia figure is like more attractive and nicer looking than the Fat Company ones. This is like a grail. I understand why this is a grail, and it's a shame that like you'll just never be able to get it for an affordable price. But like Kirigiri, like I don't get why that's so high, you know. The problem with this section is like it never changes, which sucks. It's like always the same figures. It's just the ones that like, it's just like the popular kids, you know, like these are the ones that everybody went for immediately. And for the most part, a lot of these make sense. Like, I don't really see most of these as, like, objectively poor figures or anything. It mostly just comes down to, like, the character just really resonating with a lot of people, or the, like, price being very affordable. Like this one of the Hanami Sakura Miku, like, this had some issues, so it probably shouldn't be this high, but it was just, like, a really cute design for a very affordable price. And, like, hey, man, this looks amazing. Like, wow, very, very cute. But then there was that whole issue with this figure that they had to, like, recall it, right? And, like, send people replacements. Was this figure included with that? I think it was. It was, like, the legs. They were, like, getting brown. I forget what the issue with that was. I think it was, like, the finish on the soft skin, right? Insert Rem. I mean, Rem as a character is overrated. I don't know if any of her figures are, like, truly overrated. Can you, like, sort by sales, I guess? Most owned. Oh, it's all Nendos. I'm not gonna punch down on Nendos, bro. That is not that interesting. It's funny that these two, like, are so cheap now. They used to be, like, 500 bucks. It's crazy. It's crazy what, like, 4 re-releases will do. No, I like Nendos, but as far as, like, a bad Nendo, like an overrated Nendo, I don't know how I would even pick. Like what's an overrated Nendo? I don't think there is one. Yeah, I don't know. Best rated? I don't even know people rated figures. How is this? How is this the number 2? I used to have this. I sold it. You can see right there, sold. That's funny. I do think the Flare 2B is overrated. I think this is a good figure. I definitely do not think it's her best figure. I think it's pretty boring, despite how, like, almost 3,000 people own it. I think it was because it was, like, the first good one. Like, they got in early. So, I don't blame anybody. And, I don't think this is an issue to own this or anything. But I think comparatively, we have better stuff of her now. They did give her a good butt, though, right? She looks good. No doubt. But I just don't... I don't know. I don't really feel that much when I look at this figure because it does have boring posing. It does look like her idle animation when she's just standing there after you stop moving. So I really shouldn't criticize this figure. I just think, like, nowadays it feels like one has gotten better than that, right? I don't remember which one it is, though. Maybe the Max Factory one. Okay, we're actually getting some interesting figures here. I don't know. Just saying a figure is overrated, it kind of just makes you look like an asshole. This thing's bad because I think it is. Bayonetta Flare. That's a cool one. Taiho. This figure, man, if I was into Azur Lane, this would be like a must-get. Awuga. I wish I bought this, but kind of not, because the box is so stupid. It's so big. But, yeah. If he was, like, a little bit bigger, Kaiba himself, I think I would have gotten it. And if it wasn't, 50,000 yen at the time. But it was. So what can you do? I do kind of regret not picking that up, though. Oh, the GOAT. This is so good. If you like Fate, you gotta get this figure. Now, you don't have to get this figure, but if you like Nero, like, this is such a good figure. I was missing out not having this one. Just super impressed. Aqua, glad it's up here. Kind of surprised. I don't think this figure is that popular. 200. Wished by a lot of people, though. Okay. And, wow, Donna's up here? That's surprising. I guess it's just like whoever votes. Because some figures people aren't going to vote for. You know? Marseille. Like, you know, beautiful. I'm happy with that one. Quite happy. Nothing really overrated here, though. Okay. That was fun to look at. Most viewed. Is Shield Hero good? I've never watched it. Bow, 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 bow. She's not out yet, right? No, not even close. I think people are starting to sell this for normal price now. I hope Good Smile actually releases other popular Mikus. I really just want the 16th Miku. Or, sorry, 16th birthday Miku. I feel... I do regret not picking this one up. It's only going up in price, too. I think... She is so pretty. I feel like the colors are a little weird here, but... Damn. It's like for Miku herself, this is like one of the best looking Mikus. Like, traditionally designed Mikus, not like a more fantastical version of her. And I guess if you have the right setup, it's gonna have this, like, artistic, like, flair to it as well. But I feel like in my room, it's not gonna, it's not gonna feel that way. It's just gonna be with a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I think, man, her clothing is so nice. Like, the starry, just like, I don't know, the glossy, starry boots and gloves. Or like sleeves. They always look so nice up close. You know? I really like it. And I'm dumb. I think she has great eyes too. You know what figure has really good eyes? The Yoneyama Mai Miku, the flower one. I don't really like that figure too much because of the base, even though that's like a huge focal point of it. I think it's a little bit too busy. Let's just go to good. It's on this site, so let's just go here. Thoughts on that 1/4 holo? Oh, the freeing one? If you're talking about the freeing one where she's naked, I think that's a not good looking figure. I could use harsher words. I don't think that's a good looking figure. I don't like, Holo is so pretty. That is a genuinely beautiful character, and I feel like Freeing did a very poor job with her face. Is Amakuni a good figure manufacturer? They're great. They're just expensive. Yeah, this is like insanely cute. These like flower eyes, like goddamn. Almost makes me want this. It's expensive, and I just don't agree with like this. I don't like the black ribbon. Is that just me? I don't know. I feel like it's such an odd color choice for how like light all the other colors are, or like more vibrant. There's like vibrant and they're not really like pastels, but like just a lot of primary colors, you know? And like, I guess like her hair is more of like a light green and like some of the pinks and the light blue flowers, but I just don't like the black ribbon, and I don't like the suspended pole crap they're doing here. It's like such a shame they couldn't think of another way to lift this up, because that's gotta be like the nicest flower bouquet included with the figure ever, you know? It is a little too loud at the same time. I agree. Like, there are a lot of colors here. And I think it's to a distracting degree where you kind of even forget about Miku. Because you're just looking at the flowers. They're, like, really realistic. Like, I wonder if, like, the art style clash thing is happening here, too. I do like this translucent layering because of, like, how colorful the flowers are underneath. So you're just getting, like, I don't know, this like softer yellows and blues poking through. And she's got like black bloomers, which I think is cute. And also the back of her dress has a lot of like extra layering too, which you can't really see from the front. You can see it here. I like bloomers. I think it's like a really cute underwear, I guess, whatever, you know, but especially on a figure. Especially, and when they're going for like a more cutesy design, it just makes more sense in my mind. Clearly like top-notch sculpting. These like braided bits in her hair, if that's supposed to be her hair, that looks awesome. But I just can't agree with all of it, so I'm just not like super into this Miku. But like I said, the face is adorable. This is such a good face for a Miku. Sometimes when you get like the buck teeth thing, like only the top row of teeth, it could look weird, but I think it kind of adds to this one. I kind of like it. Though I think she could have like a grin too, like if she was just smiling wide with both of her both sets of teeth, you know what I mean? Like, I think that could look very good too, but they went with this instead. I have a feeling this one's not going to be super popular. I do wonder if this will go up in price or down, you know? This can't be something that they overproduce, because look at it. Like, why would they want to overproduce this? It must be so annoying to sculpt this. But, man, I got a lot of hiccups today. But you never know. It could just shell form. It might shell form for a little bit and then become rare. They do. You're right. They do overproduce everything. I want to cosplay as Satyr. Me too. That'd be fun. Or the Sasuke that like balances cars on his head. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe that's more my speed. I'm gonna look up that holo very quickly. I don't know. Like, holo is such a... That's like one of the, like, most popular wife. Is this really not safe? It's not safe. Whatever. You won't show it to me, bro? Alright, this person dressed it up. Whatever. Very cute. But, like, I don't know. You look at this. It's like, alright. Fine. I guess that's holo. But then we go to, like... I would say my favorite holo. This one binned. I don't know why this one binned. I thought this was a great holo figure. Why is it not safe for work? Are you panty shots? Like, what are we doing here? I was genuinely shocked with, like, a face like this and a cute-ass concept of her, like, holding all the fruit in her dress. And, like, I don't know, just, like, the posing of her feet feels very in motion. I was genuinely surprised that this, like, binned very hard. I don't know if it still is very cute, or sorry, very cheap, but, like, top 5 holo, maybe. There's so many holo. But yeah, look at this. And look at this. This is like, who is this? It's like holo adjacent. It's like holo's sister. It's just like, it's not holo. This is holo. And so are a lot of her other figures. How much did this sell? Let me see. Giant naked fox woman. I get it, right? Like, I get why you want that on your shelf. It's not the most ordered thing. I can understand why. But, yeah, I think they could have done better there. I guess these are the most popular. These are old. This one's cute. The Kleino one. That's the OG. That's Kotobukiya. Yep. The wedding one was pretty good. I don't know if I like the QSQ one that much. It's fine. Where was that one with the couch? This one's pretty different. I like this one. Not as much as the one where she's dancing with the fruit, but it's like Victorian-ass outfit. That's cute. Let me get the whole shot. It's a nice couch, man. These photos are so like low res though. Makes me sad. Up the resolution, please. They're all small. Oh well. It's very different. And I think for holo, that's fine. Like, holo needs... You know, at this point, there's so many holo figures that it's time to start experimenting. And they are. They are making a lot. There was, like, a bunny one that I liked, too. This one. Again, like, not the most creative thing, but I like her face here. I think it has that light novel look to it. And I like that. Plus, the biting the ears is a nice touch. It's pretty unique for a bunny. The dress color on the red dress one. I mean, I like it. I'm not saying it's, like, perfect or anything, but I like it. Have you seen Amakuni Persona 3 Reloads figures? Are any of those out yet? I know they're making them. Mitsurugi. Oh, she has her prototype. So we have Aegis and Elizabeth. I wonder what they're going to do for Elizabeth. I hope it's not just this. That would be very boring. Aegis. What you think? Would this be better than the Icrio one? I don't know. But Mitsuru looks good. Wasn't another company making a new Mitsuru? Or did I dream that? I guess not. Huh. Man, it's really been that long since we got, like, the Ultimax figures. Damn. Like 11 years, 12 years, and it's not even out. That's crazy. Amakuni is very slow sometimes. Let's look at what they're working on. A lot of not safe for work, huh? I'm surprised the the cow bikini Toru is not like, that's pretty suggestive. This is such a funny figure. She is so cute. This like juxtaposition is like it's insane. Because they didn't have to make her that busty, but also they did not have to make her that like moe cute. You know what I mean? Like she has such a, well, she has a very squishy looking everything, but like her face looks squishy. You know what I mean? You just want to pinch and pull her freaking face because it just looks that way. It just looks moe blob. But man, it's nice. I think it's out already actually. What else are we looking at? I want this Makima. Please bargain bin. Please drop in price. This is her best figure. It's just not 30,000 yen. It's just not. Like, I don't care what they say. But the accuracy, the character design is nailed here. But I just don't want to spend that much, man. It's way too expensive. I will say, if it's gooning hours, this fucking figure of Mast, I occasionally like looking at. It's really, why is it, it's not a not safe for work figure. This is such a simple bikini figure, I don't know why I like it so much. I mean, you know, besides the obvious reasons. Maybe it is just the obvious reasons, I don't know. I just like her design. Her stupid bird, too. And they definitely did a good job with her butts. She has a nice butt. I mean, if you're buying Nikkei, you're buying butt. Right? Like, that's half the reason. The other half's in the front. Which one? The hair color here? I think it looks good. I mean, what are you supposed to do with red? I guess we need to see it in person. Here's an in-photo shot. That don't look flat, bro. In fact, this photo, I didn't even realize she had heart puke. This shit gets better as I look at it. I'm sorry, but it's peak. Oh, the Chainsaw Man one? Nah, you're right. A little bit. I mean, I still think that one looks good, but they definitely didn't do as much with her hair. It's like the face brings you in. The coat, the way they sculpted the coat looks good. I think it is kind of the same issue that the E-Stream one had. Because the E-Stream Makima hair also wasn't that good. Has Amakuni ever actually missed? Yeah, they missed with the power figure. I sold that one. But like 9 times out of 10, probably like 9.5 times out of 10, they don't miss. Maybe it's time to get into swimsuit figures. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of convincing myself. Just looking at this like one photo. Oh, hold on. What is this? Why is it not safe for work? I need to see what this is. It's just gonna be her butt or something. It's not. It's not even. It's like the same shot. Hold up. I'm intrigued now. Nah, it's just more photos of her. Okay. Whatever. It is weird, though, that, like, there's so many figures that look like this. You're not looking at it right now, but the masked figure. I also lost where I was, so let's, Makuni. I don't know, it's just a simple bikini figure, but she's busty. But like, why is that one standing out so much for me? I don't know. I really don't. I guess it's just a combination of like color and cuteness and I don't know, eye colored is nice, the heart pupils, the fang. It's like the little things of her character design that pull it together, right? I was thinking with this other head, don't word it that way. What was that Seto Kaiba figure? That was the Mega House one where he comes with the blue eyes and the other blue eyes that I forget its name. Y'all don't want me to be all degenerate on this channel. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I've been very chill. I try and keep it normal. But, I mean, look at what we're surrounding ourselves with. Like, What kind of fucking maniac am I? I just like will look at this stuff and just not feel a thing. Like, what do you mean? No, that don't make no sense. I'm just trying to be professional, right? Like, that's the point. But maybe I'm not supposed to be. I don't know. I think there's just a point where, like, I don't want to be too crass, and I also don't want to alienate people who don't like that stuff. You know? I think it could just be a little difficult to talk about some of this stuff without coming off as a weirdo, you know? So I would rather just kind of play it straight face if I can't think of a way to talk about it without being too weird. But being weird's fine. Maybe I should embrace weird, you know? Maybe I should just not worry about it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm a Cooney. What else are they freaking making? A lot of Nikkei stuff. I guess we haven't had updates since that last event. Was there anything I was interested in? They're taking so long on Aki. Like, why? Just put her up. Just put her up for pre-order, please. Zuko After Dark. Yeah, I mean, I can get very degenerate if you want me to. But, you know. We'll keep it moderate for now. Who's that second one in the third row? This one? Yu-Gi-Oh girl? Evil Twin Luna. She looks cool. I don't know this this duo. This is like a really crappy photo. Yu-Gi-Oh is so funny. It's just like, are these cards? Who are these people? I think these are like cards, right? It's kind of like Digimon, where your Digimon just will evolve into like a giant sexy woman. It was like a duck a second ago. And then it's just like this massive lady. Or this big Bara guy. It's like, what's going on, Digimon? But it's fun. I ain't have a problem with that. Check the Goblin Slayer one. Can you point it out for me? Is it Mr. Goblin Slayer? Like, who am I looking for? Black Rose Dragon. That looks big. Looks cool, though. The Rize S-Fire figure. Blue hat. I think I'm... Hold on. I think I'm just struggling to see it. Ama Kuni Goblin Slayer. Okay, hold up. Goblins. We'll do it this way. Goblin Slayer. Go to him. Hit Goblin Slayer. Sorts. Is it... Why is it not here? Is it her? Who are we looking for? Hold on. Can you tell me her name? I haven't seen Goblin Slayer in a long time. I don't remember the characters' names. I spelled it wrong. No. Okay. Oh, yeah. She's like changing to go into the pool, I guess. It's all right. I feel like it's a little underwhelming if this is like the main figure of Rize we're going to get. I think with Rize, though, there is that argument of like, which version should they make? Because they're both good and they're so different, you know? And like with Denji, you could just like, you could get away with just like swapping out the arms and the head and then having like a 2-in-1 scenario. But you can't really do that with Rize. You have to have like the very distinct outfit and the giant like nuke head. So, you know, it's one or the other for her. Oh, the priestess. So they're making a priestess figure. Oop. Are they? Amakuni priestess. Are you lying to me? Like, hold up. This is the priestess, right? Or is it the other girl? Is it this one? They have weird name. Oh, they're like not labeled that way. I don't know which one's priestess. I don't remember, bro. I don't remember. I don't think it's her. I feel like I'm having a stroke. I might have to lay down, bro. I just could not find what you're talking about. I feel stupid because like surely it was right there. What row? Counting down. 1, 2, 3. What row? Hello, I'm new to this hobby. I want to know if it's normal to pay 50 for shipping for 2 Nendos from Ami Ami. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're in the US right now, but shipping is just a little bit more because they have to include tariffs. If you're not in a rush, you could save a little bit with like surface mail. That's probably the best thing to do nowadays. How much was it before? It just depends on like the figure you're buying, because what they're doing, at least if like with certain shipping services, is that they're offering to include the tariff fees in the price of the shipping. So it's just like both the actual shipping and the custom fee in one, so it's inflated a little bit. But if you were to use like EMS, I think it kind of just like begins at around 4,000 yen. So I don't know if like airmail or like registered SAL is available, because, you know, shipping's a little complicated nowadays and a lot of things are like suspended. But those should be cheaper. But yeah. 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you're talking about Bridget? That is not Goblin Slayer. No wonder. God damn it. We were looking for Bridget. A funny ass figure. This is a Grizzly Panda, I think. The goat. Actually the goat. Makes a lot of don't click these figures. Don't click. Dude, they should make this Shuten Doji. Why haven't they done that? Someone took a screenshot of her teeth and it was like perfect. Actually perfect. Holy fuck. You'll never get that quality on PVC. Ever. That's so defined. It's like too defined. They won't do it. I saw the Rize arc in theaters, and I am not in franchise. I didn't know that was even a word with Chainsaw Man at all. Watched the entire show for the first time in one go that day, but man, did they do a good job to make Riez captivating cute. It was a great movie. I genuinely loved it. As somebody who read the manga and was anticipating this movie for a long time, it was nice that it was so one-to-one, but at the same time, I kind of wish a few things were extended. Because, I mean, Denji is definitely, like, so vulnerable and gullible that he would just instantly fall in love with this girl. But I guess I'm spoiling it a little bit. But I just wish, like, this love story was, like, kind of extended a little bit in the beginning, so it felt a little bit more natural instead of, like, how quick things jumped from one to another. Especially the festival. Honestly, if there was one thing I didn't like about the movie, it was when they were at the festival. And, like, that montage was weird. It wasn't, like, animated that well, and it also wasn't, like, that, like, enjoyable to even look at. It was just, like, all this, like, blurriness and just, like, ooh, dreamlike scenario, ooh. But it just, I don't know. I felt like that was the one thing that, for me, I was like, what is this? I wish they just showed them actually doing a little bit more together. But besides that, it was a fucking banger. And, like, the whole second half just being this, like, nonstop roller coaster action-packed ride, that was exactly what I wanted for that part. Bro loves Shuten Doji. That's facts. She just has a great design, man. I don't know what to tell you. If they chopped away her horns, though, I don't know if it would work. It really is one-to-one, but I don't know if the manga... But I don't know, in the manga it felt longer. Maybe because we had to wait for the chapter. Yeah, it just depends on how you read it. I definitely didn't have to wait for it, because by that time, it was already like... I think I was reading Chainsaw Man before part 1 finished, but that part was definitely finished by that point. Why is shipping, like, price on scales figures so much? Because internationally, like, it depends on the box, of course, but like the weight and the size of it, it just like drastically will just increase the price because you gotta ship it like fast overseas with a plane, so you're like reserving like plane space. And you know, there was also originally it was cheaper, right? Like we were in a cheaper bracket for shipping. So I don't know if that was, I can't remember if it was Trump's fault. I'm not trying to get political here. Was it even his? Maybe it wasn't. I don't remember. But there was a point where we went from like a cheaper bracket of shipping to a more expensive one. So every shipping just got more expensive than it used to be. And now that we have to pay tariffs on top of that, it's just getting even worse. So, you know. But all these figures that come out nowadays, they come in much larger boxes than they used to because figures are just getting more elaborate with more pieces, and they have to store the pieces in the blister in a way that won't get damaged during transit, or at least most companies try and do that. So, you know, it just depends on what you're buying, right? But it's a 1/7 scale of like a even slightly elaborate design. It's gonna be costly, you know? Spiritel be slow lately. Maybe they're having issues. How much would surface mail be compared to plain? Like, significantly cheaper. Like, there's a point where surface mail becomes unavailable on some sites, and then like on AmiAmi, you might have surface mail premium, which isn't even that much cheaper, but it can be. But we're talking like, you could save like $60 sometimes on surface mail. But like the more expensive your package is for shipping, like if it was like a 5,000 EMS shipping price or something, or airmail, then the surface mail isn't going to be that much cheaper. But as the other rates go up, the surface mail becomes more desirable and more like reasonable. It'll kind of hover around that like 3,000 to 5,000 yen range, unless like it's really big and you just can't use it. But in a lot of cases, it's worth it to save money. Unless you're like me and you're trying to make videos with this stuff. It's like the one curse. I don't even know. You can't even do that right now. Or maybe you can. ECMS. Can you use ECMS with airmail? Or sorry, with surface mail? Dream Shootin' Doji figure? I don't know. I really like the ones I have. I mean, I'm not one to like think of a crazy design and like outfit for her. I like this one. I want a figure that shows off her fucking teeth, bro. That shit cool. She looks very unique here. Though this is depending on how the painter does this, because this is a garage kit. I couldn't really give you like a concept out of thin air though. Any idea what's going on with Tom? They haven't shipped my 3 pre-orders. Way overdue. No, I haven't used Tom in a long time. I'm not like super big into otaku mode just because of their like point system. It's either you're in it or you're not. Like if you're not in it, no point to use them. But if you're in it, you kind of get like stuck in the cycle. And that can be good because you could save a lot of money. But if like points expire or you're not like on top of things, and you might, you know, just be buying the premium or whatever it's called over and over again and not technically saving money, you know, you have to continuously put into that website to save more. If you're not buying a lot, it might not be worth it. So that's kind of why I didn't get into them too much. Every now and then I'll buy with Tom if they have a good deal, though. I use them. I just haven't in a while. Why not order to Mexico, Canada, then drive to cross the border, then pick up your figures, then return back to the US? Because I certainly don't live near Mexico, and even a trip to Canada would not be worth it. I don't even know, that'd be like smuggling at that point. But no, I mean, like whatever you would save in shipping, which you wouldn't, because like if you ship from Japan to Canada, they're still paying a tariff custom fee too. I don't know how it differs from what we're paying, but then you're paying gas. You know, you gotta all that gas just to pick it up and back. Like, fuck that. That ain't worth it. It's just, you know, right now we got to deal with what we're dealt with. Got to just figure out the best ways to get these figures for as cheap as possible. You know, some U.S. stores, they don't charge you as much for tariffs. Some Japanese stores, they have pretty good tariff rates, and they promise they won't charge you more on delivery. And we just gotta hope that's, you know, it gets better from here even more. Apparently, the rates for China are going to go down at some point, but I only heard about that. That hasn't been placed or put or set into motion. So I don't know. Oh shit. You know what? If a company made a figure of the Daikon girl, this is like an instant get. This is so cool. I fucking love Daikon 4. And also right next to it was the Noriko. This is so cool. They don't make the things I want. Gunbuster is so fucking good. And like, oh man, she got the Gynax pose and everything here. The Gunbuster behind her. If you haven't seen Gunbuster, you should watch Gunbuster. It's old. It's worth it, okay? The ending is incredible. Animated very well, too. I don't know if anybody would pick up a Daikon. Like, it just... who's buying this? Old people. The boomers and, like, me. I'm, like, semi-boomer, I guess, but... This looks good. Like, I'm surprised. I just never knew this garage kit existed. Like, damn. Oh, wait. Grizzly Panda sculpted this. I had no idea. I wasn't looking at that. Wow. No wonder it looks good. Will you buy Figma? I have Figma. I don't have that many Figma, but I have Figma. Let's see. Here's my Figma collection. What you know about Sunred? You like Sun? Anybody here watch Sunred? It was a good show. I like Sunred. It's a comedy. It's like a retired superhero, and he's kind of he's an asshole. And then the villains are like actually nice people, but they are technically still villains. But he's just like so mean and just like stronger than them that you feel bad for the villains. And like how cute like the little minions are. Like how could you root against them? Do you have the Ryuko Matoi Figma? Nah, I don't really like. I'm not a big Figma guy. This is literally all I have. But you know the Ryuko one was cool. I always just wanted like a scale of Ryuko, and now we're getting a good one that I like. I like Samus. I collect Samus. I still need the other M one, even though I hate other M. Got some Bloodborne. Got Mio 2 times, as well as Uni, Emmy, the Pits, and Pitu. This version of Link is best Link. I don't want to hear otherwise. Link to the Past Link, or technically, this one is the A Link Between Worlds Link. This is the version of Link that I wish they would like go back to, but they never do. Like Elf Link, like young, like this looks like teenage Link. You know what I mean? I like this version of him. It's very like, I just like the cartoony art style he has, while still being like pretty cute. But and we have Kaiji. Did y'all see they're making a prize figure for Kaiji in like 2025 or 6? Oh, it's 26. And it's just him on the beam, walking the fucking like over the buildings because he's looking down. He's all scared. What a random prize figure to make. And I'll try and buy this, but because Kaiji's top 10 for me. That's top 10 show. I mean, they only have a few Kaiji things. I got the 2 like. Oh, I didn't know they made like little like trading figures. I don't need them. I didn't know they existed, but I don't need them. I would buy them though if I saw them and they weren't expensive. They probably are though. That's fun. It's cute. Because he's a big crybaby. Also, I like the dog version. Why can't I buy dog Kaiji? Do you know how AmiAmi writes their invoices, by the way? Do they include shipping prices on the invoice under the main pricing? You will not know. Well, okay, invoice is in like when it's actually time to ship it out, because they don't let you know the shipping until it actually is available. When you pre-order something and it's in stock, you get an email, and whatever shipping price you picked, they will show you that and the total in the email, though you are able to change it to something else. I believe that's how it works. I mean, what else are they going to do with Kaiji? He's a guy with a big fucking nose. And all he do is cry. He's just a big fucking crybaby. His life is ass, though. Canadian here, we pay duty on the things, but there is a bunch of random rules, 50-50 on if they choose to tax you. If you choose DHL, though, it's 100%. And their broker fees is triple. Jesus. I'd be down for some 50-50. I mean, it's been 100% lately for me, so I'll take a 50-50. Have you ever been banned for canceling a pre-order? No. No, because I haven't done that much. I was threatening to cancel with Good Smile Company, but it never happened. I canceled a few things when they let me. I didn't cancel my remaining figures, so I hope things improve from here. But I'll just bite the bullet. I'll pay the tariffs for them, and I'll just proceed to try not pay as high as tariffs on the other stuff moving forward. I feel like that's not gonna play out the way you think it's gonna, but you go for it, bro. Damn, it's 8:19. What the hell? Oh, I keep forgetting to check the Nintendo Museum. I'm not gonna get those tickets. I got a month, but I'm slacking. I gotta set like alarms. Oops. Anyway, I am starving, so I'm gonna go eat. I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching with me. Tuning into the stream. We had 70 people. That's pretty good. I don't know when the next stream will be. I'll let you know. And by that, I mean it'll just happen one day. I'm gonna continue to make some videos for November. Eat what? I don't know. I just need something. I left my car at my dad's house for reasons, so I can't even go get anything. Japan stream? I don't think I could stream there. The plan would be to get like I'm thinking about buying another camera that's a little bit more portable. If you want to see that happen, support the Patreon. It'll help. It won't, it's not a mandatory thing, but I'm going to Japan. That's the plan. I'm doing it in December to the 6th, or from the 6th and onward for a little bit. And I'm hoping to have a good time, and I'm thinking of making some videos, or I don't know how many videos I'll make. Again, I don't want to spend the whole vacation recording things, but if I have a good idea, and I'll definitely film some stuff if I have a camera that I could bring, because I don't want to film with my phone. It's like my one lifeline, and then the big camera I can't take, so. Public filming laws? To a degree, but, I think I'm allowed to, film Japan just, B-roll and stuff. No, well, I'm not going to try and, get people's faces. If I got to do that, I got to do that, but also, that's an interesting question. Would the law of Japan apply to me if I'm... Because you're saying blur their faces, but I'm in America making my video. I feel like people who make content in Japan don't blur everybody's faces, do they? I don't know. Now I gotta, watch people's videos and see what they do. Yeah, I heard the strike has been going on for a while. Well, we'll see. Ideally, I wouldn't want anybody to be in my video. I wouldn't want to get anybody besides what I'm trying to film. But you think of any establishing shot or B-roll shot of just a crossing, And everybody's faces are blurred in that. I don't think that's true. Include me? Okay. I'll try. I'll think of a way to include you, bro. Anyway. Yeah, we'll keep thinking about that. Nothing set in stone, but I will try. We will see. Include me, bro. Everybody just wants inclusion. That would be so much work. I don't think that's true. I can't imagine that's true. But whatever, we'll see. Anyway, goodbye. I'm starving. Appreciate you tuning in. I'll be back soon with something else. Peace.